Whew, Ed, you're right. I don't, but the thing is, I do that. I wolf that baby down quick. I don't chew my meat. I just swallow it whole. A lot of times, it's still screaming before it goes down. The only way a man can eat his meat is he has to kill it himself. I got that card. Hey, fam. In these times of anxiety and painful thoughts that only lead to more painful thoughts, one thing that has already been said, I love it. Betting lines, Vegas, all those that do these things is saying, green light, Niners, you go. Each and every year, I'm always whining and crying because I look at all the stacks and I don't know why I put myself through that, but you probably do it too. You look down and see where the 49ers ranked already. Because for some reason, I take those power rankings seriously, right? Because they start the 49ers power ranked at 34. There's only 32 teams in the NFL. What are you guys talking about? So, this year, 49ers is the team to beat. Oh! Let me do Marquise Goodwin. Oh, I like this stuff. So, fam, I thought I'd just take the day out and have fun with this. And we can argue about this for a little while because there's always those who believe, even amongst 49er fans say, man, we're putting the horse in front of the cart. We're putting the cart in front of the horse. We should really calm it down. One thing good about the Niner Empire, I imagine every fan base has it. You always have those, the voice of reason within a group. When everybody else is going, I was actually the voice of reason last year. Remember when everybody said, 14-2, we go to the Super Bowl. Oh, stop, too much. Shh, too much my butt. We should have went 14-2. In fact, we should have went 15-1, if you want to know the truth. Because we lost the 3 games we lost. We was in each and every one of them. You got to pinch yourself to see if you were awake during that Falcons game. That was uncalled for. That was so uncalled for. Fam, we had 14-2. The Seahawks game, we missed the field goal. And the Hawks are still running around talking crap around that. Yeah, you guys, you didn't beat us out, man. Remember, we split with you guys. Y'all didn't split nothing. You got blessed. For some reason, the Lord made my kicker miss a field goal. He'd been making them all game long. If he makes a field goal, you're swept. We had nobody on. George Kittle was out. Sanders got hurt early in the game. Joe Staley had a bad leg. David Clowney played the best game of his life. This is the only reason why you've been in that game in the first. Why am I going back to those moments? Why work yourself up into that kind of a nasty anger again? Anyway. There was no reason to split with the Hawks. We should have beat them. And the second game with the Hawks, in fact, that bogus call that I'll never get over for as long as I live, the dude is so far downfield, you need to have field glasses, and the ref is calling personal foul blocking because he didn't see what was going on 80 miles behind him. Flag. Got you 49ers now. Hey, 15 yards. Oh, what? We got to give the ball back to now they get a few good plays and then back at the goal line. And Dre Greenlaw, the Seahawks killer, said, no, denied. 5th seed. So, Hawks, I don't want to hear about how great you are. And it's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Anyway, let me run this down real quick. Let's talk about this. Signings of Brady by the Bucks and Emmanuel Sanders by the Saints hasn't pushed either team above the Niners as oddsmakers favorites in the NFC. Oddsmakers like the Niners and us as well. We're not expecting the Niners to suffer any Super Bowl slump. I said that from day one afterward. The teams that suffer slumps are the teams that are getting older. They've been working toward trying to get there for God knows how long. And they just don't feel like going through it again. It takes a lot mentally to put yourself in the same mode when you get into your 30s or something like that. You're not the same guy anymore. You don't feel like busting butt getting back to Super Bowl. These guys, we're talking kids that are getting their first contracts, all right? You think Nick Bosa is concerned about losing that Super Bowl? Does it look like to you Eric Armstead hasn't had enough? You know, I mean, these are and Solomon Thomas, for all we're saying about him, is probably looking hungry to get out there and assert himself. He probably thinks he's got an opening now that DeForest Buckner's left. You know, you have players and Jimmy Garoppolo. Garoppolo's going to be dangerous next year. You know why? He hears what's being said about him. No matter how much these guys try to pretend like they're tuned out, they hear every frigging word. And that's why I know Garoppolo's going to be dangerous, man. Dude's going to be something special next year. Now he knows Kyle Shanahan what's doing. Timing routes are going to be a little better made next year because guys have been working on it for enough time now. My only concern with that is, are they going to be able to progress without some off-season training? And that does scare me a little bit. Well, hopefully this thing will get straightened out here in enough time for them to get some work in. Because they're going to need it. But anyway, oddsmakers like the Niners and us aren't expecting the Niners to suffer any Super Bowl either. To begin with, the Niners were one of the biggest surprises last season after finishing with only 4 wins in 2018, okay? So it wasn't like we had been hanging around. Like, you know how the Hawks get into? The Hawks, they just be winning every year. They get 10 wins. They get 11 wins. Last year they had the best season for a long time. They're always hanging around the mix. And then when it comes time to win in the playoffs, they get the butt handed out. It's like the Hawks are like a routine participation trophies. It's even a participation trophy each and every year. Because the Hawks are going to participate, but they're not going anywhere. No need to worry about them anything. After you get the playoffs, they'll be out soon. If it's not the first round or second round, they're definitely not going to the NFC Championship, right? So, the dudes in red and gold went on to win 13 games. NFC West is the best record in the conference. They also fought their way to a Super Bowl appearance while Kyle Shanahan was still holding classes on how to execute his offense with the quarterback still at a freshman level. So I firmly believe that. You know, if Jimmy wouldn't have missed the year before, he'd have got that freshman class out of the way, and there's no telling what would have happened last year. I'll never. You can argue with me about that all day. I'll never get off of that. And boy, things didn't end as the 49ers had hoped, but that doesn't mean they will suffer the same fate as other Super Bowl losers in recent years. The Rams being the most recent example, best example there is actually in a long time, losing the New England Patriots in Super Bowl 53, and then missing the playoffs last season. Did not enter the 29 season in as good a shape personnel-wise as the 49ers. I kept telling people about that. He goes, nah, the Rams should still have a chokehold on the NFC West. Did you guys notice the Rams have lost some key personnel off the offensive line? Did you notice that Todd Gurley is no longer anything more than a shell of what he used to be? You going to put that team on Jared Goff's shoulders? Please do that. Do you notice that your secondary is not looking as... Didn't you lose a couple of people? Now, how is that team going to come in and dominate in the same fashion they did last year? Sure enough, they did not. We didn't lose a whole lot of personnel. We lost a key figure. Emmanuel Sanders, I'm not sure how much impact that's going to have. But DeForest Buckner is the only thing I'm waiting on. I have a feeling Sanders is not going to make that huge of a difference. When you got Debo, like everybody else is talking about, you're okay. And everybody else that goes along with him. BetOnline gives the 49ers the best odds of repeating as NFC West champions in 2020. 49ers minus 125 on that. Seattle Seahawks plus 350. Los Angeles Rams plus 400. AZ Cardinals plus 700. I got to tell you something about the Cardinals, man. If there is a team I'm concerned about, it is the Cardinals in the NFC West. As for the Niners win total, BetOnline says we have the good guys at 10.5 wins. The Niners over 10.5 wins is minus 105. Under 10.5 wins, minus 11.5. The Hawks over 9 wins, minus 130. Under 9 wins, plus 110. Rams over 9 wins, plus 115. Under 9 wins, minus that baby, 135. Hawks and Rams, know your role and shut your mouth. This is not supposed to be a show where I talk smack, but I got to do it today. Boy, the boys been bothering me, boy. Cowboys, don't you start either, man. I'm telling you. The team to worry about that is being underrated, though, may be the Arizona Cardinals, as I say, over 7.5 wins. minus 120, under 7.5 wins, plus 100. The betting house computers are spitting out even more. The Niners' 10.5 win total is the best among NFC teams. Only the Ravens, 11.5, and defending Super Bowl champion Kansas City Chiefs. Ew. I can't even believe I said that. 11.5. Both AFC clubs are expected to produce more wins in 2020. That could be significant for the Niners with the NFL changing the playoff format for the upcoming season per the CBA. You see, the NFC and AFC will each admit one more team into postseason play, up in the total to 7 total per conference. That means only one team per conference will earn a first-round bye and be able to rest up during the wild card round. So, Hawks, I got to tell you, man, y'all, it's going to get worse for y'all, man, because you know how you do. Y'all come running in there, and somehow you figure out a way to get. And I give you credit for that. You guys do put on a good show during the regular season, but you'll put on a good show like you like to do. And win you 9 or 10 games, and somehow you'll be in the running. You'll get a 3rd seed or 5th seed. And boink. San Francisco, plus 500 is also favored to win the NFC Championship game and make a return to the Super Bowl. But here's where we have to get mad, because close behind are the Saints, plus 550, and then the Bucks, plus 800, mainly because Tom Brady has changed his residence and his season where he lives to be Tampa, Florida area. And wait for it, Dallas Cowboys, plus 1,000. They're in the mix. Oh! Mama, don't raise your babies to be cowboys. Make them doctors and lawyers and Niners and such. It's no surprise that Kansas City plus 350 is favored to do the same on the AFC side. Both the Chiefs plus 650 and the Baltimore Ravens plus 700 have better odds than us plus 1,100 to emerge as the Super Bowl champions. I'm sorry, but Lamar Jackson may be one of those guys that each and every year he could be a Seahawk in Ravens clothing. They go in and make a show until it's time. They put up the real stuff, and oops, there he goes again. I ain't gonna pick on Lamar. You know what? Lamar's only been this is his first year last year. I'm kind of proud of him because they said he was nothing but a wide receiver or something else, and he came in and he showed them. But he's got to work on his quarterback skills a little more. They got some weapons coming in there now. I have a feeling though. So hey, Ryan Watkins, thanks, fam. Ray said, hey. Is my B-Day. Let me get that B-Day song and love you, fam, and safe things, fam. Right. Happy. I knew it. I was worried about that. You know, I got to keep that thing lubricated. And you can't drink KY. Happy bee, happy bee, happy birthday, Ryan. Happy Niners birthday to Ryan. Happy Niners! Birthday, Ryan. Thanks for the contribution to Ryan. Happy birthday, fam. You be careful out there. Stay safe as well. Oh. Anthony Baker says, hey, from Memphis, Anthony. Thanks, fam. I'm looking at you, man. Y'all be safe out there now. Jack Delmark Jr., Go Niners, bleed red and gold till we die. Smash mouth football. And Matt S. also, hey, from Bend, Oregon. Hey, Matt. Stevie J. Hashtag Mr. 49er. Beaumont, Texas in the house. Niner Empire. Hashtag it. Ricky Bing, what up, Ronbo? Let me shout out. Thanks, Ricky. He said, I walk my pits while I listen to your show daily. See, I'll be running to a Cowboy or a Seahawks fan and let them pits bark at him. They can smell it from a mile, even if he ain't wearing something. I bet I love dogs. It's nature's scariest creature, ain't it? Next to the wolves. Coach Tim will say, lots of he says, saw Terrence Mock. That was a good one. He had a few guys I had on my radar. Good stuff. Hey, Terrence, shout out to you, man, from the coach. And Mr. Block Eyes 22 says, you're damn right, we should be favored. We're going to get things done. He says, draft the right players on my birthday weekend. I can't wait. Either a wide receiver on the line on the 13th or focus on the D. Yeah. Phil, hey, let's get started with some chill. Phil, who set me straight yesterday. I slept a lot better because of Phil.
Hey, Ronbo.
Phil. I can change your name back to Dr. Phil. Man, because you do all those good things, Phil. I love talking to you, man. If I'm not feeling good about something, I just talk to you. All of a sudden, you just change the whole thing. Phil, we're favored. Other than injury or anything like that, how do you feel?
I feel good about it. I'm thinking we're going to win at least that 10.5. I'd go over.
Yeah, if you're going to put the money down, yeah.
Unless we get devastated by injuries. We got to play the AFC East and the NFC East.
Yeah.
And they're the two worst divisions in football. So
if
we beat our own division, it's going to be. And you know, the Rams, I think the Rams are going to take last place in the division, honestly.
I know, because Cardinals are.
Well, they have no draft choices. They've got none. They've traded them all away.
And they kicked everybody off the team. All right? Good
and
God.
They've got no line. Their offensive line is still terrible. So, and they lost Gurley. They've got really nothing. Nothing. And they're trying to trade Brandon Cooks, but nobody wants him. So, yeah, I think the Rams are in worse shape. So,
this Jared Goff turns into Lamar Jackson.
I do think that we're going to have our choice amongst the big three wide receivers.
Yeah.
Maybe one will be gone, but I can't see the Jets picking a wide receiver. I just can't.
Yeah,
they're often. And I looked at every draft mock.
Mm-hmm.
They pretty much have them taking a tackle. So.
Yeah, they have to. When your team is struggling in one area like that on the line, you got to go line. We did for 3 years.
57 sacks last year. I mean, that's like every other series you have the ball, you get a sack. So, yeah, they got to fix their offensive line. They've tried to, but their tackles are so bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, which means that we're going to have probably our choice between Judy and Drugs, and we'll see which way Kyle wants to go.
Yeah, the hype is so hard on that trio. You'll wonder if somebody's going to do something stupid. There's a lot of GMs that are just. I mean, I could see Cleveland trying to dump OBJ, trade up. And go ahead. He said, we'll give you, let's go to 5. They'll trade up to number 5. We'll give you OBJ next year's 3rd round. What else could they say?
Well, honestly, I think OBJ has got it.
Phil?
No.
I missed Phil, what'd you say? I missed it. You said, what were you saying about OBJ?
Well, I just don't think OBJ has enough pull to get up in the top 10 picks. I don't think he's worth it.
Phil, do you think nobody would give you a top 10 pick for OBJ? Wow.
No.
That's interesting.
I don't. Not with the class that's there.
Yeah, true. I forgot about that aspect. With all the wide receivers in there, why would I give you a high round? Yeah, you're right. Again, that's so true.
I just don't. I think he can middle first round. Late first round, but other than that, I don't think he's getting that much for him. I don't think the Browns are going to trade him, honestly.
No, they're talking like they're not interested.
The Browns have the most cap space of any other team, and it looks like they're going to sign Clowney. So
are the Browns going for the Clowney? Oh,
yeah, they made him an offer. the highest offer he's gotten so far, which is like 18 mil or something like that. I heard.
Okay.
So
Well, he should take that because that's a gift. He ain't worth 18 million.
but
Yeah.
the Browns have 45 million in cap space, so they got plenty of money. So
God, they amaze me. They've had the top round draft picks for years. They've got oodles of money, and yet they can't get out of their own way.
well,
We've got to, Phil. We got to be
yeah,
grateful
we'll
for our
see.
organization. They do things right. Love it.
Well, you can see that they have a plan A, and they also have a plan B and a plan C.
Always.
And they always have a cover for what they're going to do. And I think they've thought out this Buckner deal to where they feel comfortable with the D line they have. You look at Solomon T. He'll move to the inside where he's more comfortable. You look at Justin Street. He can play the 3. You got Armstead, who also can play the 3 when D Ford's on the field. So I mean, we've got plenty of defensive line, and if we could get a starting receiver and a starting corner, and I believe that the top 4 corners would be better than Spoon or Mosley in the draft.
Well, yeah, I like Mosley. I have a feeling Spoon could be challenged. But I got to tell you, I'm looking forward to a healthy Tim Harris. I want to know what it is. Is he the mystery guy? We'll find out. So.
Yeah, but he was a late draft. So, I mean, I don't expect a lot. There's not a high expectation there.
He was injured. He was actually rated better than he was picked. So we'll see. Hey,
yeah,
Phil.
and then one more thing. I heard a big comment on the NFL channel.
Go ahead real quick.
First pick being really prime for someone to move up to get a quarterback. And, I was looking at that Indy pick, 34. So they're only 3 spots back from us. If they wanted a quarterback, and they need one because they got Phillip Rivers only for a year. They do need a quarterback for the future.
Yeah.
And
So
Jalen Hurts or
usually that's a potential partner. All right. So we're going to go. I'll see you tomorrow night on Raw, though. Okay?
Yeah. All right, man.
All right, fam. Night.
All right. Take care. Later.
Oh, God.
Bye.
Night. And, hey, Dre. Dre, we are the carrot. We're chasing us, Dre. Cut them loose. They ain't catching this carrot next year. Coming back with a vengeance. We got to get some people healthy, though. I need me some Ronnie Blair to be healthy. I need Contavious Street to get off the pot. Do something. I know you all that strength. I know you can play better than you're doing. I like that dude. Hey, you was high on him, too. That one we got, what's his name, Hurdy? The new guy we just picked up from the Detroit? Or used to play with Kasurik?
Hyder.
Yeah.
Hyder.
See, and Solomon Thomas may fool us, Dre. We're going back to the playoffs. If we get to the playoffs, don't nobody want to see the 49ers in the playoffs because that means we knew what we was doing all year long.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know, man. I disagree with Phil, man. The NFC East got a lot better this offseason. The Dolphins got a lot better. They got
the AFC East.
Draft pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who else? Buffalo.
Buffalo is probably has the second best defense in the league compared to ours because Patriots lost Van Noy and a couple other guys. They lost I forgot his name. They lost their middle linebacker.
Jets.
They lost a couple guys. And Van Noy, he went to the Miami Dolphins. Then the Jets got the Jets. They got a little bit better. So it's not that AFC East is not gonna be a cakewalk, and then you still got to play against others. I don't give a damn if Tom Brady's there or not. Like, he's gonna make it work. So
Belichick is still there, right?
It's not. Yeah, and it's not gonna be a cakewalk, especially if we're playing during the cold months, and we got to go to New England.
Wait a minute, wait.
New York.
Are we playing? That's an away game?
Yeah, we don't have New England at home. That's
Oh, I don't like that. You know what though, Dre? I got to tell you,
if
if Brady's not there with the same offense that they had last year, I don't know what they're going to do to boost it. Did they pick up anybody on offense yet? Wide receivers or running backs or anything?
Nah, but man, that's still Belichick, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying that we won't beat them, but man, people better think again.
I just don't see them as the scariest team in the
That's
AFC.
what I'm saying. Yeah,
Are the
pick
Jets?
them over. I pick Bill Belichick and the Patriots over us. If we lose to anybody, I think that'll be the only team that's gonna be able to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like he's just that great of a coach, man. The teams that he puts together to beat guys is just that damn good, you know. So I'm not saying I'm not confident in the team, but I don't think we should be going into the season saying or the AFC.
Go run through divisions. And I agree. And the 49ers for sure ain't thinking that way. But you know, I look at the Patriots as getting ready to fold. The quarterbacks that they got, who are those people? And also, if they don't have any more offensive weapons, they're not gonna... Who?
Yeah, they got Jared Stidham and Brian Hoyer. So.
Who are those
I'm
people?
not saying that I'm afraid of I'm not saying that I'm afraid of the Patriots, man. We're talking about Bill Belichick here, man. Let's not get it misunderstood. I mean, come on, man.
You know, I respect that. I do. But I still think Belichick needs more tools. And Josh McDaniel definitely needs more tools. It's going to be fun to watch. I can't. We'll see the first few weeks. I can't wait to see this.
Yeah. Most definitely. Yeah, man. Man. So, I don't. I just want to
NFC East, Dre. NFC East, and the Cowboys are waiting on us because they're still pissed off about us using the name Hot Boys. What do you see with that?
I don't give a damn about those stinking ass cowgirls. I'm not afraid of those clowns. We're gonna go into that new stadium and we're gonna beat their heads. I don't give a damn about those cowgirls. Who they got as their coach? Mike McCarthy? Are you serious? The guy who likes to throw the ball 60 times, even if he has a running back that's capable of running 1,500 yards a game. That's gonna be downhill so quick. Man, Zeke is gonna be so pissed off. They don't know what they just did,
Locker
bro.
room.
You paid a second tier wide receiver $100 million. You still ain't paid the so-called franchise quarterback. You got Mike McCarthy who likes to throw the damn ball all the time. Bro, that shit don't go down. That ain't gonna work. You just gave a defensive end who ain't played 5 years, $4 million. Man, that shit ain't gonna work, Ronbo. I'm not worried about that cowgirl.
Alvin,
we don't
stop
do that over here, man.
I can see Alvin. And they just got rid of a dude that had that problem. I can see Alvin on the side of the bench now.
Bruh, that shit ain't gonna work, bro. They done lost Byron. They done lost Byron. They lost the Wolf Hunter. They lost they lost one of they safety. They lost Jeff Heath. Man, they lost so many pieces on defense, man, and they done paid all these cats and names and shit. DeMarcus Lawrence had a 14 sack season. Man ain't seen 10 sacks in 2 years, bro. And he got $100 million. Bro, that shit ain't gonna work over there.
Jerry
sorry.
Jones,
I don't.
He's made out of
Jerry
money,
Jones,
Dre.
until he passed away, man, that franchise ain't gonna be shit. And I'm sorry to say that, but
hey,
you know,
it's
you don't
true.
know what he's doing, man.
Dre, I know Cowboys fans from years ago that are no longer Cowboys fans. After he fired Jimmy Johnson, dudes stopped being Cowboy fans because they sick of Jerry. I was laughing. I said, no, man, you got to continue to be a Cowboy fan. I don't, When I get ready to laugh, I'm coming at you.
Bro. Yeah, man. I'm not worried about that, bro. You know, the only thing, like I said, the only thing that bothers me is, you know, playing in the AFC East and, you know, the time of year. Like going into Buffalo when it's cold, that's going to be ugly.
Wait a minute. All these games are on the road? All right. Drake, we're going to run out of time.
I don't necessarily know if they're on the road, I'm just saying. I hope it's not at the wrong time of the year where
Yeah, make sure they come. Some of these people got to come to Santa Clara. Is what I'm talking. Dre, we go. I'm gonna see you tomorrow night on Raw.
Oh yes, sir, man. Shout out to the CNC fan, man. St. Louis, man. Player partner deal, so next week, yeah, man. We're gonna see what happens, man. I'm excited. You know what I'm saying? Let's see y'all start to come in, wait for the draft to come around and see what moves we gonna make. Let everything play out.
All right, Phil.
All right, bro.
See you tomorrow.
All right.
And here's Lee. And actually, somebody who just Lee, come on in, man. Lee.
Yo, what up, Ronbo? What's up?
Lee, I'm
sorry, I had my mic on mute.
I'm sitting there. I'm looking at how many guys that are coming back next year. I'm looking at the ages and things like that of the players we got. Still hungry, still trying to make names for themselves. At the end of the game when we lost, everybody, man, you guys got to go now through the Super Bowl slump. The Super Bowl slump is something that usually happens to teams that just usually shed all their talent. Guys retire. Other guys want to get paid more money. They leave. We don't have all that happening. So, yeah, you guys go ahead and wait for a slump. All right? Are we playing your team? Because you get this argument. Only people who say that are the ones that are just envious of the 49ers. Seahawks fans are all over me now. Hawks fans don't have any respect for the 49ers' legacy or their history. Why? Because they don't have a history, right? 44 years, the Hawks have won one championship, and now it's a joke to them that the 49ers have lost the Super Bowl. Well, actually lost two, but that is bad. But still. But Lee, what are our chances next year?
We got a good chance, Ronbo. We just have to have a good draft, and we should be back to where we were last year. You got to look at it like for what it is. People are going to hate. And if you look at a team like the Chiefs, Ronbo, they won the Super Bowl against us last year, but the year before they should have been in the Super Bowl. They missed out by one game, and it come down to an overtime call. So, there's a perfect example of a team that pretty much went back to back. The Chiefs did it just before us, so there's no reason we can't. Like you said, most of the reasons that happens is because teams, don't have the money to repay and bring guys back. They also, lose a lot of talent, but we've been able to keep most of our talent, and we've only lost, Defoe, Sanders, and then a rotational guy like Sheldon, really, and Mike Pearson. But Mike Pearson and Sheldon are guys that we could easily upgrade, and you just got to get some talent for the two guys we really lost that are starters, which is Defoe and Sanders. And with 2 first-round draft picks, Ronbo, we're sitting in a perfect position.
Lee, speak to that, though. What impact do you expect? Are we going to see something dramatic from Defoe missing? Any guy that gets paid $21 million, I don't know if, was he overpaid? I know he did a great job for us, but are we going to suffer?
Well, we will. Obviously, we're not going to have a D-line as strong as we have right now that we had last year. We lost Defoe. He was part of the team. Anyone that sits there and says, he wasn't that good, they're dreaming to themselves because if you go and watch the film, he made a lot of plays last year. And we do have a lot of talent on the D-line. That's, a good thing for us. And we did have a lot of guys that got injured like DJ Jones and Blair. So they're really going to help us. I'm not sure about Blair because he's come back from ACL, so he could take a bit of time. But a healthy DJ Jones will be huge. Yeah. And there's no reason if we move back with the 31st pick or we take defensive lineman, maybe second in the draft or third, we can really fill that void a lot. If it's that Black Doc or it's that guy out of Texas A&M or there's the guy from Oklahoma, we can fill that hole. So it won't be as big as it is now if we can get someone in the draft, to help who we've already got. Yeah.
Because it's all about the level of drop-off, right? How much – if you bring a kid in next year, but he might not start, you'll probably see – if he comes in the first round, he has to almost. But I see DJ Jones pretty much that's his job to lose. And everybody else that comes in, is going to have to make sure the rotation is hot. You come in, and you don't come in there with anything weak. And I just don't want to see that secondary because it's going to have a ripple effect. If that frontline defense is not nearly as tough, at least, as it was last year, it's going to show up in the secondary. That's why the secondary did so well.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. And, we can't write out them not going for a guy like Kinlaw's there. We can't write that off. Like, I'm a guy that wants a receiver at 13, if one of the big three. If one of them fours, I think you go for the one you want the most. But
Wait, Lee,
you can't write that off too because...
You said Kinlaw.
Well, yeah, you can see why a lot of people want Kinlaw because it's to keep that D-line strong, Ronbo. We don't necessarily have to go there.
But Big Show's campaigning throughout Twitter with an article that says Kinlaw left a game due to his tendinitis. Uh-oh, Lee.
Oh, my God. Big Show looks for any little thing. It could be a broken nail, Ronbo, on the defensive player. You might want to draft him. Come on. But I don't
tagged me that yesterday. I said, oh, my God. No, don't give me any tendinitis, guys. Not in the knee.
Yeah.
Oh, how come he can't have tendinitis in his ears or something? Not in the knee. Oh, God.
I don't want Kinlaw, Ronbo. I want Lamb or Ruggs. I watched more film. I could go over heaps. And I actually like Ruggs more than Judy now, Ronbo, and that's just because of his big playability and what he can do, with Cole and the scheme. It's more so a scheme pick why you'd pick a guy like Ruggs. But
that's what I'm thinking.
Back to Kinlaw, there is a big drop-off to the guys in the second round, the guys I was mentioning earlier. So you can see why a lot of people do want that Kinlaw, because they're worried about a defensive line being as strong. But if you can get a guy in the second or third round and he comes in with DJ Jones, I don't think you're going to miss as much as you think, because DJ was having a really good year till he got injured last year as well.
Oh, he was impressive.
Yeah.
And he had a bad foot. He was hurt in that Saints game. But you try to tell, what's that running back's name in Nolans?
Amara?
Yeah, ask him about
Alvin.
DJ Jones. Man, Jones was playing that day. It's Marcel Harris we talked about earlier. He was killing us downfield, but everything else was right.
Well, that's why they think they made him, because people know he's good in the run game, but he was actually getting sacks last year. And I think that's why they're looking at, they got Blacklock, Ronbo, because he's not as good as Bifo in the run, but he's good in the pass game, getting to the quarterback. So if you compare those two, that could be your void there, filling your void right there with a guy that's real good in the run and a guy that's real good in the pass. So you get a bit of a combination. You can interchange them so they're fresh because, Defo played a lot of downs.
I know, right?
Bosa.
Oh, my God, he played a lot of rounds. Oh, hey, Lee, you'll love this. This just in. Trey from VA Reporting says that was about Big Show's report. That was fake news. The knee was fine at the combine. Show, Big Show, don't be visiting them bogus sites and bringing me them articles. I took that hook, line, and sinker. Okay, you know what? I got to do my own independent search on this. This is just terrible. I got Trey denying it. Shows just running around, standing on top of podiums. Stay away from Javon Kinlaw. He's got tendinitis. And one thing we don't need as 49ers is another guy aching knees sitting on the sidelines.
I think Kinlaw will be fine, Ronbo. But back to Kinlaw, I was watching tape the other day, and I was watching the one-on-ones at the Senior Bowl. Well, that's real good to watch, for the O-lineman and the D-lineman. And that guy, Cushenberry, because I know Niners have looked at him. He's good. I've seen him put Kinlaw flat on his back, Ronbo, flip him over and put him on his back. And I was like, wow.
All right.
Listen, so I'd like him too if he's sitting there.
I like that. These observations, what I hear about him, I love it. We got to go, Lee. We're going to run out of time. I'll see you tomorrow, though, on Raw, okay? And Big Show, we're looking for you tonight or tomorrow on Raw, too.
Shout out to the Empire.
Thanks, Lee. Have a great day. Rich Rivera, thanks, fam. It says, thanks for doing the best show and keeping us 49ers fans at home relaxing, watching the show. Be safe, my brother. Ronbo, I got the signed Phil the Chill Pill for 15 years. And Phil, I love this Phil. Whenever we're sitting around in Doomsville, Phil comes rolling in and jumps out of his wagon and says, blah, 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 blah. And we say, damn, Phil, that's right. Phil said, that's right. Dion's got some of that stuff, too. Hey, D.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Dion, I'm telling you right now, man, I for the first time in years, every year I get mad when I read the rankings and ratings and predictions. And I tell you what, I'm enjoying. I've got it already saved that the 49ers are the team to beat in 2020. What? Jesus Christ! I've been waiting to see this for the longest time. Ah! But Dion, do you agree with the odds makers?
We've definitely been the team to beat in 2020. Everybody knows that. It's a dead given. Like, name another team in the league that's better than us
Yes.
at what we do. We
Personnel.
literally lost one of the biggest pieces of our defensive line, and we don't really have a set in stone person to replace him, but we don't really think that that's going to set us back too much. Like, we literally, our offense is solid. Everything that we need to do is perfectly fine. Like, we don't have any type of issues where we really need to be worried about anything, save for the fact that we need, possibly another receiver. Yeah, if we could, get ourselves another viable receiver, we don't have to worry about that. As I can tell you right now, I'm cool with running with KB and Debo. And if we have another viable receiver in the draft that comes out, if we run with those three receivers again, I don't have an issue with that, because we all know we don't know what's going on with Trent and with Jalen. We have no idea what Dante is or is going to be. We don't know.
I keep forgetting about him. We still have Dante. We don't know what he's going to do. Like you're saying.
It's easy to forget about him, though, because he didn't do anything. Happiest person on the sideline.
Dante,
I ain't never seen somebody so happy to just be sitting there doing nothing.
Dante, if you're watching the show, we love you. We just want you to stop assing around. Be Dante.
There you go.
We know you can do it.
Dante's last few games of his first year, that automatically told us, everybody is fans out there. If I know y'all listening to the show, don't even lie to yourself and say you wasn't all in on Dante after his first year, because he looked like he could do something. And you know what I'm saying, he was definitely gonna blossom into something better than that. But I talk about a sophomore slump. This was a sophomore dump.
He just redefined it. Good God.
But our defense is solid. We don't have, we still have that hole to fill with DeForest gone, but that's about it. Our offense is going to be great. The only question mark we really have is where we're going to put Brunskill, because we already let go of Person. So if Joe doesn't come back, we'll probably start Brunskill at left tackle. The reason being is because they may feel like School may need a little bit more time to come along rather than anything. I don't think we draft a left tackle. I think between Justice School and Daniel Brunskill, we have what we need. We got it covered. Because the thing is if we're going to draft a left tackle, we need to move up and get a guy like Wirfs. I don't want to go get just some random dude. We're not going to hit on just a left tackle to protect Jimmy's blind side like that. It's extremely rare. So that's all we really have to think about. If you look at our needs aren't overly pressing, and we have pretty much the same team intact. And the beauty of it is we have a team that is willing to do what it takes to win, including chill on the money. Eric Armstead said, look, man, give me whatever you're going to give me. I just want to be a 49er for life. And I'm going to say this I understand DeForest Buckner wanting his money, and I'm very happy that he got it. I'm happy for him and his family and everything. I appreciate everything he did for us as a 49er. Was he worth $21 million? I can tell you this, from me to him, no. You were worth 17 to 18 million. You know why? Because Aaron Donald plays on the edge. He plays on the inside. Hell, they'll line him up at linebacker if they feel like it. The man plays all over the line. Defoe was in the middle. That's where he was. He may have switched over from one side to the other, but he was in the middle. So I get it. But if you look at the way our team is constructed, you look at the way that we have the contrast constructed by the genius that is Parag Marate. Like, we have everything we need. And George isn't going to come in and say, man, give me all the money in the world, give me $17 million a year. No, Parag's going to walk in there and say, look, baby, we love you, George. Don't worry about that, man. We're going to put some good money in your pockets so you and your family is good. We're going to give you about $12, $13 million a year, and you'll be the highest paid tight end in the league. Don't even worry about that, because we know your value is limitless. When you got a dude like George You can kick the tires on him anytime you want. He blocks, he catches, he does whatever is required of him. When you talk about bringing in a guy to back him up, if you bring in a Jordan Reed's going to have to work on his blocking because he's more of a receiving tight end. If you bring in, people were talking about Delaney Walker, stop that talk already. Delaney is not the person that he was when he was with us. He's not the person he was when he was with Tennessee those first couple of years.
That's true.
So you have to stop it on him. And then I heard y'all talk about the Cowboys side and all this. Jordan, the thing is, if Jordan is healthy, kick the tires on the dude. You know why? He's going to come cheap, and he's a great pass catcher. I've seen him. When he's healthy, Jordan Reed is an amazing dude. The thing is, he can't stay healthy. So you know me, I don't like non-healthy players. Jared McKinnon, I'm going to keep mentioning that name. But the beauty of it, I heard y'all talking about Alden being signed by the Cowboys. Listen to me. If what Jake Glazer says is correct, if Alden has just a small hint of what he had when he was with us, that is a ridiculously good signing for them. Because you see Alden, when you had Alden and you had Justin on the other side, it was basically, I don't even want to play coach. Do you remember when Justin bull rushed Jermon Bushrod and literally reached over him and sacked Drew Brees?
Everybody does.
The Cowboy is ridiculous, but Alden was a game record. When you get compared to Lawrence Taylor, you don't get that comparison by just being okay or subpar.
No,
you get that comparison because you are a dog. You are a bona fide beast on the field. It would be nice if he could get back to that. I would be very happy for the man because he could get his life back on track and do things. I don't know.
And erase that bad reputation he's built. G, we got to stop,
man.
though, fam. Let's continue tomorrow. Looking forward.
Oh, definitely tomorrow night on Raw, baby. We're going to get it in.
Exactly.
All right, brother. You have yourself a good evening. Thank you for the show. Thank you for what you do, man. You continue to keep doing it, man. You are the best out there. Ain't nobody better, man.
Thanks, D. And hey, fam, and check on Dion. He's got content rolling constantly as well. That's Deon. Dion. You see his handsome face? As soon as you click over there. D, I'll see you tomorrow.
All right, Ronbo.
Then we go now to Charles. Charles!
What's going on, Ronbo?
Charles, it's funny. I think about you every time, and we don't go a show without talking about your favorite wide receiver, Dante Pettis. I keep wondering sometimes if you're going to be sitting at home sometime and somebody calls you up and says, "Are you Charles? Who is this?" Yeah, I'm Dante Pettis. Listen, if you got a problem with my hair, maybe I should just shave it off. I mean, what do you want from me? Hey, Charles, you know what? Because we're ranting and raving about a wide receiver so we can continue domination next year. But our domination was a combination, such a balance last year of offense and defense. There was nothing anybody could really do with the 49ers. In the games we lost, we shouldn't have lost any of them. You know what's really funny? We shouldn't have lost any of them. We could have easily went 16-0. And with maturity, like I was talking about this time last year, man.
Yeah. I believe wholeheartedly. You can see the way things are going to fall. I believe we're going to pick a wide receiver with the 13th pick.
Who's your guy?
To get Riggs.
Ruggs. Everybody does it to Ruggs.
Ruggs. Oh, I'm sorry, Ruggs. I don't know why I keep saying Riggs.
No, because Riggs is the famous name. What was him and his partner? They were cops. What's the name of that movie?
Yeah. Lethal Weapon.
Lethal Weapon, yeah. It fits. If they get Ruggs, it will be the sequel, Lethal Weapon. What are they on, 5? 49ers off wide receiver attack will be Lethal Weapon 5. Why? Because we got Riggs.
Oh yeah. And so I believe that's who I want. But Judy, I think he's a little half step down from Ruggs, but man, Ruggs is just he is a Madden cheat code, man. He is. He's one of those players you create in Madden.
I like it.
You know, and you give him 99 speed, 99 acceleration, and then you know 6 foot, and that guy is a beast. So
And
that's my favorite. If we get him, I will be satisfied. But if we get Judy, I'm not really a good fan of CeeDee Lamb. You know, I just think he's a bit shifty. I think he's a faster Michael Crabtree. Michael Crabtree was an excellent route runner.
that's
He was 6'1",
yeah.
and
Lamb,
you
they
know,
say he's not that good at route running, but if you want a guy that's going to win at the peak of the jump, he's going to win most of the contested catches. It seems. I've not watched enough of him playing, but I did see him do a move that I've never seen in my life. That move he done on that film where he did a 360. Charles, you know what kind of timing it takes to go up, do a complete spin, and make that catch? I was impressed with that.
yeah,
He's got athleticism. They compare him to D-Hop potential. Well, we'll see. But yeah.
yeah. Well, I think that's a really good comparison. But we'll see. You know, I don't really know. I just hope that I hope we get Ruggs and just you know pick up a tackle with the 31st pick, or pick up a defensive lineman. You know, this defensive lineman defensive end group is really deep. So if we don't walk away with a defensive lineman and with a 13th pick, I don't see there's really much concern. You know,
Wait, you say
I really
if
feel
we
like
don't
I feel
if we don't pick up a
yeah,
defensive
we
lineman
don't.
13?
Oh
Okay.
no,
All
oh
right.
no. There's really going to be some really good talent in the second round and even the third round. You know, and it just takes the scouting team time and effort to scout the right players out so we can get them. I mean, our the guy who went out, Jones was picked up in the 6th round, and he should have been a first round draft pick.
I don't know
And
how.
so,
We got some great scouts, Charles. I don't know how anybody missed on DJ Jones. I don't. I know how they missed on Kittle, but
yeah,
damn, how do you? Dre Greenlaw? How in the world?
yeah,
He
yeah.
got.
And so, it's just that I think that you know you have to have the right combination, and you have to have really good scouting. So I'm excited about that. You can really get some good players in the on those
Later
positions
rounds.
in
Yeah.
the 5th, 6th
Hidden
round. So
gems.
I'm really excited about that. Yeah,
Because,
but
Charles,
you
because
know,
if I found another team and I saw what the 49ers did this year, I'd be looking and calling my scouts up. How'd you miss so-and-so? What? You're
yeah, I
fired.
know,
You're fired.
I
I'm cutting
know.
a lot of people loose, so don't feel bad. You ain't the only one. You guys, what are you doing
Yeah,
out there? Oh.
yeah. So I'm really excited. I just wish we had more picks. I really wish we would have got more out of the Buckner pick. I mean, the Buckner trade. If we would have just got 3rd or 4th, man, that would have been great. Along with the 1st, man, I just wish we would.
Yeah,
Man,
Buckner, they gave up Buckner kind of easy, huh? They should have
yeah,
got that first round and maybe a 4th round at least.
or at least have gotten a 4th round, a 3rd or 4th round for next year, and then
Yeah, right.
traded that pick.
I mean, you
Then
paid a man
traded that pick for.
$21 million. He must be worth it to you. If you want him that bad, give me
Yeah,
another
I
pick.
know. I know. If they would have picked up one for next year, 3rd round for next year, we could have traded the 3rd round for next year for one for this year, or for a 4th for this year, and we could have used that one for this year. We could have done that, but they decided not to do it. I would have, man. I would have done. I would have got 2 picks for
Well,
them.
it's done and
So,
over with, but we'll see what happens. Charles, always a pleasure. Let me see you tomorrow night if you get some time. And it seems like we all do.
okay, all right,
It's just it.
all right.
So,
Love you, Ronbo. Thanks for what
thanks,
you do.
fam. Appreciate you. All right, Charles. Have a good night.
Bye bye.
And Storm and Norm, who's been making appearances
Niners
recently.
all day.
Yes, Norm. Yes.
Representing
yes.
the 2019 NFC champion San Francisco 49ers. Yeah.
Norm, you got some new system there. I've never heard this kind of volume. Norm,
Oh my mama, yeah, I got it, man.
Wi-Fi is nice. Norm, I know I ain't got to get nothing but positives from you. When I talk about Oddsmakers are already placing the 49ers as the team to beat. Norm, I remember every year I'm always getting mad because I thought we was getting disrespected. And you know, so bad, Norm, they was telling the truth most of the time. This is why we can rely.
Now they can't say nothing.
Yes.
Now they can't say nothing bad about us, though. We got everything on lock. Even with the losses that the Niners have taken, is like if you look at the schedule, I'm looking at the schedule of 2020, and
ain't nothing scary on there. There's some teams that'll be tough.
Well, nothing. Buffalo may be tough. You know, their defense is pretty rowdy.
Good.
Redskins, they only gave us 9 points, but you know, we water slid all over FedEx Field. It was, you know, that was lovely. But I don't see nobody. I mean, New Orleans, we always have good games against them. You know what I'm saying? Great games against New Orleans. That's gonna be another slobber knocker.
Yeah.
You feel me? But I'm talking about another 12 games plus. 12 games plus for the Niners next year, bro.
Because, Norm, like you said, we're not going to make the same goofy rookie butt mistakes we made last year. They learned a lot. That's why people don't understand. They need to be afraid of the 49ers. They got way too much experience this past season. For a young group like that, you let them learn all those things? Look out! Look out!
Right. And John Lynch and Cal Shanahan and those guys, those coaches, and those people in that office. And I remember, you know, we used to always talk about like 5-6 years ago. We used to talk about how ugly that office was, and it's just like this office is beautiful. The office is looking lovely right now, and they calculating some good schemes, good players, and all that. And this team is like, you know, most teams come from that Super Bowl slump. It's like I heard somebody say earlier. Yeah. This team is one of those teams that, okay, they lose the Super Bowl, but they're going to be in the playoffs for the next 5-6 years. Like this, maybe even a decade. Like this squad is built for that.
Because Norm, you know how teams go step by step. They make it maybe to the first round of the playoffs first time, as they got up, and maybe they make it to the second round, third time. The 49ers the first time went to the Super Bowl and made a mistake, as young teams do at the end, and they lost it. Now, if anybody thinks that was anything but a death warrant for the rest of the NFL, better think again. Ain't nobody left. Ain't no old man on that team. No. Joe Staley.
Nah,
that's about it. Yeah. I love it.
That's definitely not going to happen again.
Yeah, because I tell you, man, they're hungry for it now. And also, Jimmy G. Now, there is the secret ingredient right there. You see, G had a lot to learn in this last season after missing a whole year, recouping from that injury. He got a lot of experience last year that he should have got the year before. I still say if that wouldn't have been the case, he would have beat the brakes off it. You know, that's all right. Got it now. Let's go.
Super Bowl 55. And I said this last year, even though I missed last season. Where I was telling people Super Bowl 55. Jimmy G was going to take the bowl in Super Bowl 55. I thought it was going to be he was going to snatch it from his old teammate Tom Brady. Even though Tom Brady went to Florida and retired. Like that's what old people do. They go to Florida.
That's what old people from New England do.
Nice. They go to Florida where the weather is nice. So Super Bowl 55 might either be the revenge or it might be a rematch of Super Bowl 54, or Lamar Jackson might go in there and handle it. You know what I'm saying? It might be
I'm scared of
Jackson, and it'd be a rematch of Super Bowl 47.
Norm,
that'd be nice.
I want to ask you one question, Norm, and just to get something started here that's going to make some people mad. I've already predicted Tom Brady goes in and really has a bad time in Tampa Bay. You see, people don't understand. Tom Brady, Belichick, and Jacques Daniel had built an incredible chemistry. You're going to tell me now that Tom Brady's going to leave his house of worship and move down south to Tampa Bay retirement home, and he's going to pick up where he left off? I got news for everybody,
No,
Norm. And if anybody wants to bet on it, I'm ready. She ain't.
Tom Brady went to the nursing home, man. Like just like you seen that Mike Epps County special. He was on the plane like, yeah, butter pecan. He gonna play his first, second game like this ain't butter pecan.
So I see Tom now.
Man,
Dude, Tampa Bay, he's gonna throw it because the NFC South ain't the AFC North. Tom, I'm gonna tell you right now. I'm looking for him. Tom will get out there and start seeing people picking him off and everything else, and they're gonna be. Hey, Tom, this ain't New England. Throw that ball over here again.
Tom's last year. That's Tom's last year. This ain't butter pecan. He is not finna do nothing in Tampa Bay that we've seen in New England. It's over for him.
Shoot. Things were set up right in New England. Tom made a mistake if he thinks he's going to just come out of there and win. Tom's thinking to himself, I am going to show everybody I don't need Bill Belichick as much as he needs me. Oh, Tom. So we got this. Because I don't see they're favored, though, to join us in the playoffs. It's supposed to be not a real threat, but I mean, they're supposed to be in there. So we go see, Norm. We go see.
No, the Niners got it. Niners got it again this year. NFC West champs. You know what I'm saying? Might be, and I'm saying it for sure. I'm not saying it's my bold prediction, but NFC champs again. 2020 NFC champs again, going back to the bowl, going back to Super Bowl 55. This time they might win this thing.
Norm's got it. Norm, we're going to
go.
I'm
going to be ready. I'm going to be ready.
I know you is. You better. We're going to make sure you're ready, too. Norm, let me see tomorrow night if you get some time. All right?
All right, yo. Niners all day.
You. All right, Norm. Stack Morris. Thanks, fam. He's loving the show. Thanks, Stack. Appreciate the whole Niner fam. And Stack, we appreciate you, too, fam. Thanks, Stack. And let me... Oh, this is perfect. Shh. Sean, come on in there, man, because we know you be watching.
What's up, Ronbo?
Sean, what's up?
What's up, buddy? What's
man,
up,
Sean,
man?
You know, Sean, I'm and I was guilty of this a month ago when the schedule came out. I was laughing. In years past, I looked at the schedule and got scared. Now, I'm figuring everybody on that schedule is scared. It's a nice thing. But, Sean, I know you've got some spin you want to put on this whole way of thinking. What are you thinking?
You still there?
Yeah.
Oh, I must have lost you. I apologize.
That's okay.
I did hear probably like the last 5 seconds. I apologize.
Okay.
Something happened with my connection.
Sean, as I was saying, I was like, years gone by, I was always scared to death. I said, man, this schedule, they've given back-to-back toughest schedules in the NFL. Good God. Now, Sean, I looked at the schedule this year. I said, shh, everybody on that schedule needs to be scared. Teams are already talking about they want to build their model after the 49ers. In the combine, they kept saying things like, everybody's looking for their own version of Deebo Samuels. I was saying, look, who set the standards now? And the Oddsmakers said, the 49ers are the team to beat. I said, you damn Skippy. But Sean, knowing you like I know you, you've probably looked at this more in depth and got some other observations to add to it, either positive or negative. Where you at, Sean?
You know, there's a lot of different aspects. Are you talking just for the schedule, or are you talking about what's going on into the draft as a whole?
You know what? You got 5 minutes, Sean. Go both angles. Looking at the draft, you think it's going to make a big difference in the 49ers? Because you're looking at a team that the draft, everybody gets drafted, has got to be scared trying to make this team. There could be some upgrades, the wide receiver position, because I've had enough of Dante. Everybody has. He needs to be able to be challenged, But go ahead.
I mean, first things first, man, it's obvious we got to come out of the NFC West on top. And, DK Metcalf is only going to get better. Lockett's going to do what he's going to do. Got Arizona where, they're going to be the biggest threat. They're going to be the biggest threat, obviously, coming out of the NFC West in comparison to us.
they just picked up Hopkins. So what this tells me is, with us losing DeForest Buckner, and I know he's regressed over the last couple of years, but at the same time,
Wait, hey, Sean.
when you look at
Sean, speak to that a minute. Okay. See, people are saying there's things we didn't notice about DeForest Buckner, but I didn't want to be so brazen as to say what you just said because I was scared I'd get attacked. But he did not look like all that last year, did he? Not consistently.
Yeah, it's one of those things where I don't know if a lot of other teams put so much concern into Defoe. I know there's a couple times where more than a couple times obviously where he's being double teamed and things like that. But I just think that he was. I hate to say it this way, and I hate to say that he was trying to play it safe because I know that's not his character.
I hope not.
But that's the only thing that I could see why is that he was looking for that payday. Just like when the comment came out where somebody reported that DeForest Buckner is willing to take a team friendly deal, and he come out and said, "I never said that." You know what I mean? So he was looking for the big money. He was looking for the big money for the last couple of years. He knew he was going to get it, whether it was going to be with the 49ers or someone else.
Sean.
So
I hope we'll never find out that was true. Was he?
I'm just
chilling.
Go ahead.
No, I'm great.
I'm not going to say he was chilling.
I went too far.
I'm not going to say he was chilling, but he's
but still,
but he's too talented. But he's too talented of a player to just be regressing the way that he regressed. You know what I mean? So, but moving on. As far as what in our division, the wide receivers that they have, tell me right now, and then with Hopkins coming into our division, which one of our corners can sit there and then shut down Hopkins? Which one of our guys is Mosley going to be that guy? Can Sherman be that guy? It's so, Witherspoon, we definitely know he's not that guy. So, there's a lot of questions that, and it's going to start up front. We're going to need a guy that, and nobody's going to come right in and fill DeForest Buckner's spot. It's going to take, one or two guys to come in with a rotation that's be able to even, do 75% of what Defoe was doing. You know what I mean? So we got that hole we got to fill there. And without that pressure, obviously we know what happens in the secondary. So who do we got in the secondary that can really put a stop on these guys? You know what I mean? So especially there's a lot going on. I know a lot of people are saying, yeah, we're good. Don't worry about it. We're built for success. Yeah, we're built for success, but we still have needs too, And like the last caller said, I think it was the last caller when he said that he wished we would have just got more than a first rounder for Defoe. I think he's absolutely right.
Right.
Just a first
one more round.
Yeah, even if it was I think it was him or you, I can't remember, but he said, at least a third or fourth rounder on top of the first would have been something else. But, just a first rounder, we'll take it because we got 2 first rounds. And I'm not even going to lie to you. I wasn't even that excited about the draft until we picked up that 13th round, the 13th overall pick. So, that piqued some interest. But we got a lot more needs than what people think. You got Sherman. How much longer does he have with the 49ers? And when you look at Mosley, you look at Witherspoon, we re-signed Jimmy Ward. Yeah, we got Jaquaski. Yeah, we got K1. But, we still have some glaring needs in the secondary as far as the future. A guy said that we're going to be around for the next 5, 6, 10 years, something like that. Well, with the cornerbacks that how we're looking right now, it's not looking like that. We need a strong secondary. You know what I mean? We really do. And then another thing, and I'll get a off. I know you got callers. Another thing where another caller said that we're all good as far as the wide receiver, that he's good with just KB and Debo. Hold on. Okay. Last year, Shanahan wasn't excited with the receivers that we got. He went out and picked up Emmanuel Sanders. Now Emmanuel Sanders isn't gone. Now we're stuck with the same, other than Travis Benjamin that we picked up. Now we still got the same fucking wide receivers that we had last year. Now Debo, he showed up a little bit more. KB showed, I can't say a little bit more, a lot more. KB definitely showed up more. So there's a lot of different things that we got to do with minimum selection. So we got to be smart about what we do. And as far as people saying that we're all good and we're ready to roll into 2020, we got to sit back and actually look at this because that's not necessarily the case. we still have some needs, man. We still have some needs, bro.
And Sean Matt Mayoko, he says don't look for Benjamin to make this team.
Man.
So we definitely have to get a receiver in this draft, don't we? I mean, if anybody was thinking
Well,
otherwise, forget it. So
we will.
anyway.
We will, Ronbo. Just like Matt Mayoko said that the last 17 years we've gotten a receiver, but how many of them's panned out other than Debo?
Yeah. So there you go.
The last 17 years. So
there's arguments there, but yes. We got to go, Sean.
Yes,
hey, Sean, if you get a chance, look through tomorrow. All right?
All right, man. All right, man.
Good to hear from you, too.
Yes, sir. Over and out. Yes, sir.
And it's IB. Sup, IB? Oh, I'm sorry. I had the wrong name, I guess. Let me get him. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Wait a minute. Wait. Niners for the ride. Get over there, man.
What to do, Ronbo?
Rod, I'm just laughing for the first because this is the first year. I know, been there, done that. Probably next year I'll probably take it all in stride. But this year, Rod, I'm looking at the pathetic rest of the NFL. And a lot of teams, even though, as Sean pointed out, we can't get too crazy to think we don't need nothing. We do.
Right.
But the thing is, when I look at other teams, Rams is like the perfect example. They have turned to absolute sewage. They kicked everybody out, and those they didn't kick out left. And then you look at the Hawks. Hawks go do the same thing they do every year. They go come in, they go look like they got something going on, and then they'll win a couple, they'll lose 1-1, makes no sense, and then they'll do this. And somehow they'll end up in 8, 9, 10 wins, maybe, right? So they'll still be hunting around in the mix, but the NFC West, quiet as it's being kept, it's the Cardinals. I said this last year, and I was damn near right. That team almost beat us twice. I knew Kyler Murray was going to be a problem, and he's going to really be a problem next year. He's got a little experience going on. So I said, but the rest of the NFL, I'm not scared of. But Rod, enough of me. What do you say on this subject?
I think you forgetting though. Even during those close games against Arizona, D Ford was hurt.
Yeah,
Hart was hurt.
That's right.
And
Kittle was actually hurt midway through that
Kittle
game.
was hurt too.
Yeah.
And we also lost, if I'm not mistaken, McGlinchey for a minute. So,
hey, both of them, McGlinchey and Staley were gone, weren't they?
Right. And I know they were both out for the Seahawks game too, but man, the thing people keep forgetting, and no offense against you because you're a diehard Niner fan. So,
yeah.
But people keep forgetting that those 13 games we won throughout the season, all 13 wins weren't with the healthy 49er team. Guys stepped up the entire season. It was like after win 5 that we really started to lose a lot of our key players on defense and offense. But nevertheless, we were able to stomach up wins, and everybody, the doubt were always against us. Some even the Empire themselves. No offense to the guys that thought it, because when you lose key players, sometimes the feeling deja vu. Yeah, it starts like it's about to come back in effect. But the real talk is, nobody thought that Garland was going to be able to replace Westbrook when he got hurt. Yeah, and nobody thought that when what's his name, School was playing, he was playing pretty awful, but they made the adjustment and gave it to Brunskill. And everything not going to always go according to plan, but it's the teams that know how to get through the adversity that have the biggest opportunities to contend for a championship. And I think, we addressed all those issues last year, despite a lot of people, including the people from the Empire, not thinking that we were a complete team, because a lot of people thought we should have got a cornerback last year. There's a lot of people thought that we should have cut Jimmy Ward, like me myself. I won't lie. And, you know,
And Ron even admits it,
but we
too.
got through it. Yeah, you know, but we got through it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, let's give these guys credit, man. It's like the only problem that Derard has with the Empire is that, you know, we act like we on the field coaching with Kyle. You know, okay, yeah, he didn't get the time out before halftime in the Super Bowl, but you wouldn't even be having that conversation if that damn flag wasn't thrown when George Kittle made the catch, because that was right before halftime.
You
And
know?
after he didn't make the catch, you know, the drive was over then. So, I mean, you know, everything not gonna happen according to plan, but you know, when these
rarely
guys
does.
9 times out of 10 are catching up in stride and you know not looking like that's going to be a problem, then give them credit where credit is due. You know, I got faith in these guys, man. Brick by brick is a true concept. I do believe that the lack of having DeForest Buckner will be detrimental in one aspect only, and that was at one point he did require double teams himself. So, but I think you know the Nick
Well,
Bosa
Rod,
addition this year.
bro, that's, you know, one thing. That's why when Sean pointed out, see, he said what I was thinking about, but I said, you know, DeForest Buckner did not look as dominant last year. And then everybody always says, well, he's getting double teamed. Well, Nick Bosa was getting double and triple teamed at times. You know,
But just calling a spade, though, Ronbo.
yeah, you
I
know,
mean, let's just give it up. Nick Bosa just was damn that much dominant as a rookie. Let's just give him the credit. I'm not going to say that DeForest Buckner wasn't as productive because, I mean, you got to keep in mind this cat has played more snaps than anybody.
I know he may be worn out.
You know, like,
if anything.
right? And I mean,
God, he's played a lot of snaps.
How many sacks did he have last year? Did he have like 5 or 8?
I think he had 5. He didn't 8. I don't think so. Maybe. I could be wrong. Anyway,
I know it was pretty close, but
he got beat out by guys running past him and getting the quarterback. I understand that, and he might have got more sacks had it not been for Ford and Bosa. And Armstead going completely out of his mind. So, you know.
Right. But I mean, you know, I like where we are, Ronbo. I mean, the biggest thing I feel like is we need to get that extra piece as far as the offense goes for the replacement of Emmanuel Sanders. And I mean, you know, I still contend that I think we need to go offensive lineman with that second pick. I know a lot of people want corners, a lot of people want the replacement for DeForest in that middle, but I mean, it's just my opinion. I think the first thing we need to do is put that icing on the cake for the offense, and I think that perfect guy to complement Debo. You know, that's missing piece, man, because you know the running game is there, the George Kittle factor is definitely there, the offensive line is there. Maybe the biggest piece of the offensive line we need to fix is the Joe Staley and even the Mike Person release. So.
Well, actually, Mike, I think Brunskill's going to be in unless they draft somebody. Rod, let me holler you on out of here. I'm going to see you tomorrow, though, if you get a chance.
Absolutely, man. I'm out. I'll be there.
All right.
Give it to me.
I love doing that.
I love hearing it. And by the way, Dre Berry said that we had that Buck had 7.5 sacks last year, so we were in the right category.
Yes, all right.
Yeah.
All right,
but we got you tomorrow, man. Appreciate you always, Ronbo.
Thanks, fam. Appreciate you. You know this, Rod.
Yeah, for the next one.
All right, fam.
No doubt.
Right. And I was looking at Josh. The Pats have 14 picks this draft. 3 in the third round. I wouldn't be surprised if we traded the 13 for 2 3-round picks. The Pats need a quarterback. It ain't going to be Nick Mullins. And you know, I got a feeling, Belichick, you sly dog. You know they got phone calls for Nick. I wonder if Bill was one of the people.
What's up, Ronbo?
You know, man, I'm sitting back here laughing at the rest of the NFC West, except for the Cardinals. I'm a little concerned with them. And then I look at the rest of our schedule, and I say to myself, if there's anybody that needs to be scared, it's the teams on the schedule. Because somebody, as soon as the schedule came out, somebody says, "Oh man, we got another tough schedule." What? They got a tough schedule. With anytime when we're coming to town, be afraid. Be very afraid. But Chanel, better yet, what are you thinking?
Oh, I was thinking, how about them cowgirls? How about them lambs?
Yeah.
How about them sea cats? And most importantly, how about the Oakland, Las Vegas, Raiders show?
I just wish we could play it one more time before 4 years.
I do, man. I just want to beat them one more time.
Hey, oh wait a minute. Let me call this Johnny X Jerk. Hey Johnny, listen. I know you may have preferences for that particular organ, but listen, stop it. I got girls on this site, and I will boot you. Okay, if you ain't talking football, then you can keep going wherever else to take that stupid rhetoric with you. Okay, that's a warning. 1. Okay. Chanel, go ahead though. What is your feeling about the winning and in the competition, and how do you think that's going to work out? Are we the carrot? Are we the apple?
You know what? Before we get down to 49er football, the Cowgirls want to trade for Jamal Adams, and if they do that, they're going to go broke. They are literally
where do they get the
buying
money?
everybody.
Where are they?
No, they're
going
to trade. I heard they might trade their pick if they don't get their guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, you paid Amari all the money in Texas. You haven't paid.
Well,
Dak
either
yet.
way, they're going to have to pay. They're going to pay Dak 30. They're not going to give him his money unless Dak, tries to test free agency. But they're done.
Dak's going to do.
And the Oakland Raiders are picking up baggage, so I don't worry about them. They suck. And the Lambs are shit. They're done.
This is what I'm saying. Isn't it great to have a good organization? I am such a fan of Lynch. You know what? I wish there was a way we could. Hey, Jed, listen.
They're keeping it together.
Yeah, hey, Jed, before the 6-year contract is over, why don't you go ahead and extend them right now for 4 more years? That way you got a 10-year contract, and we got plenty of great acts. And make sure Parag Marathi stays in the fold. Don't lose him, because there's other teams that want those guys. Man, if they got fired today, they'd be hired tonight. Wait, should I say late night? They wouldn't even wait till tomorrow morning. Whoa.
They would. They would be hired. I think, you know what? With that 13th pick, I think we're going to pick up the top 3. One of those top 3 receivers. I'd go Judy or Lamb, or even Ruggs. It doesn't matter. Any 3 of them. Pick your poison, pretty much. And, with that last pick, I'd probably go, DT, anyone. I don't care. O-line. We can figure out a way to, get somebody.
Yeah.
Fill one of those holes.
Tell you, I wonder. Everybody's guessing on 13. Well, first of all, we don't know what's coming down to 13. I mean,
or hell, get another wide receiver.
Yeah, I know.
But the last pick.
But who's coming down? Is Jerry Jeudy Kyle Shanahan's choice? Is it Henry? Because for all we know, it could be Lamb. I love saying the word. I like when you say the word lamb better. But
lamb? How about them lambs?
The thing is, we're going to be sitting there in suspension, and I can see Goodell now. And the pick number 13, the 49ers have traded down to pick number 19, and whoever that is, right? And we're going to say, oh! And you hear all of the NFL, the United Empire. Oh! I can hear it. Man.
Yeah.
But they would have a plan.
Two teams that worry me really the most is probably the Cardinals and the Seahawks, because they got 2 good running quarterbacks. Yes. Russell Wilson is, he's aging a little bit, but
he's still Russell Wilson.
Murray's there.
Yeah.
Yes, he's still Russell Wilson. He can beat you with that run.
Mm-hmm.
And Kyler Murray, which is second coming of Russell Wilson.
and faster than Wilson. You know what though?
And
Here's
faster
the
than
thing:
Wilson.
there must be a DC on the planet that could come in and actually design a trap for these guys. Because Russell Wilson's the same thing. Shleo, every time we played the Hawks, Wilson sits back there and somehow
gets away.
Yes, he isolates and he gets that big run up the middle of the field. And I always wonder, his offensive linemen have to be holding, or do they, by design, set that play up?
They're probably holding.
Every time I watch it, I can't get over that. How the hell did
Even
he
in the
get that?
Super Bowl, one of the Chiefs linemen was really holding Nick Bosa.
Oh, I know. And Nick was.
So-
You see that when they isolated that camera on Nick? Did you see his face when he's yelling at that dude? God, he was
NFL, man, they're
pissed.
picking and choosing who they want as the Super Bowl winners. Roger Goodell and his little goons. They're picking and choosing.
It looks good for them after 50 years. They finally won. I mean, the only team worse than them, a little less than worse than them, is the Hawks. The Hawks have won one championship in 44 years, right? The Chiefs hadn't won one in 50.
Oh, they felt bad for them. And it felt bad for them. They needed a little ring just to keep their fans happy.
Yeah.
You know, like they gave the
Ooh.
Saints, you know? They
Ooh.
gave the Saints a ring.
Oh, you're right. Teams that lose, perennial losers, and they get them in this situation. The 49ers got 5 times they've done this. Let somebody else win so we keep a parity, so we don't have fans giving up. We lose money that way. We got teams that travel overseas. We want them to remain. Okay, I don't want to get a conspiracy theory, Shirley. I'm going to get pissed off. Anyway.
But you know what? You know, Pettis and Solitude need to step it up, or else, you know, they're out. And even Goodwin, I know he's been having his little female
personal
tendencies a little bit, but
yeah,
he needs to step it up.
Well, Shleo.
All right, Ronbo. Thank you for the platform.
Thank you, fam.
Thank you for the platform. Shout out to the Niner Empire. You have a good night.
Shleo, can't wait to get to hear you tomorrow, too, fam. Good night.
See you tomorrow, Ronbo. Later.
How about them Lambs? How about them Cowboys? Those Seahawks? Lambs? Hey, Justin. This just in.
Can someone please explain to me this Witherspoon slander still? Like, this guy has done nothing but shown great sportsmanship and great team player, and you guys still slander him. For why? He's not that guy. Okay.
No. Actually, we were just evaluating his play. Well, I think Spoon, he started the season off, he looked wonderful. Justin, you heard me talking about it. I was telling people, listen, that's not the same Akello Witherspoon as last year. Look at him, and he was kicking butt. He was straight money. And then all of a sudden he got hurt, and he came back 2018 Akello. I still don't get that.
Yeah. All I know is as soon as he got hurt, after he got hurt, he wasn't the same. But I'm not going to make excuses for the guy because, you know, this is a business. This is a game.
Yeah.
But at the same time, when he was benched, instead of pouting like Stephon Diggs did in the playoff game for the Saints, when he was pouting like crazy. Yeah. He actually was like, give me special teams. Give me special teams. So I give credit to it. There's a reason why I have his jersey in my house today. It's because of that. The kind of player he is on the field and off the field.
Whose jersey you got?
Witherspoon. Signed.
Oh.
So,
okay, now that's hot. I don't hate on Witherspoon. I wish he would bring back that guy that started the season off last year. I will praise him all day long. I like Spoon.
I do too. I just feel like as soon as his injury happened, his confidence was lost. And then Mosley started playing well, and then obviously the fans were like not really happy with Witherspoon. And he just lost his confidence. And then when you're thrown into he was gradually thrown into that starting roster again. But I feel like his confidence wasn't there. He wasn't there mentally and physically. So, and that's just why Mosley ended up playing better than Witherspoon. But I do want to say
I do want to. I do want to say that I think it's okay. I do want to say that I do want to say that Witherspoon. I think the cornerback room should. I'm sorry,
Justin.
sorry.
Are you dealing with what's going on with you? Are you okay?
My phone keeps blowing up. I'm sorry.
Right.
I just hope that the cornerback room gets a. I don't know if Sherman's going to return this year for cornerback, so I feel like we should target cornerback if they're available. I don't know if the 49ers are looking at AJ Terrell from Clemson, but that's something they should look at too. If they said they're probably looking at a wide receiver or a cornerback. If the reports are true, then look at AJ Terrell from Clemson. If he's there at 31, if they do not trade out. But I still think we should trade out 31 pick. I really do, because we still need more draft. We still need more capital for our draft. So that's something.
Yeah, Justin, one thing about getting a lot of draft picks, out of the 49ers, when you got that many guys returning from a Super Bowl team, not many of them are going to get cut. I really feel sorry for a kid that gets drafted by the 49ers this year. First of all, he's going to be nervous as hell. He's going to have come in there, no matter what position he's coming in at. There's a couple positions here and there that some kid may come in and do. But if you're a 4th, 5th, or 6th round pick, oh, man, we'll see. I just picked some good players. But who's going to get cut, Justin? There's only going to be how many guys that are going to make the team? 50 what? See, so that's what I'm saying. I don't know who's going to get cut from the current roster.
Well, they said Breida is not even favored to make the roster, to be on the team this season, nor is Goodwin. So
I read that.
That's a kind of surprise.
I read that.
Kind of surprising to hear that Breida. I was expecting Goodwin, but not Breida. I thought he played well in the first 6 weeks, and I don't know what happened. The same thing. It's almost a similar situation, except Breida wasn't hurt, unless he did not tell the people that he was hurt. But other than that, I don't. It was the same situation with Witherspoon. Breida just wasn't playing well. Fumbles were crazy. The Minnesota game, the last with the last minute he fumbled, and now the defense is back out there because he fumbled.
Yeah. Kyle, he really gets pissed off about. Kyle's a scary guy. When he has that face on, you don't know what he's thinking. But if you make a mistake, his face seems to freeze like a rock. Kyle gets really pissed when you screw up, and he doesn't forget it, and he will get you later. I'd be afraid to play for him. I'd be worried every day. Hey, Coach, you cool? I'm like, Coach, because I picked up. I know what you're doing, Coach. I swear to God, you'll never see that happen again. If he didn't react, I'd be scared.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, if we do end up trading him, I hope we get a draft pick out of it because
he's going to get you a second round. What do they tender him as? I think you get a second round.
Second rounder.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I don't know about that for Breida. I don't know if he's worth a second round.
Yeah. So you give him away for less if you can, if you have to, because Jerick McKinnon is going to make this team according to what you're saying.
You have to get something out of it.
Yeah. Justin, we got to go.
And if you can include Goodwin I'll finish up with it. If you could include with Goodwin and Breida in a trade to get more picks, then do it because we need more draft picks. We need the third round because this draft is stacked with talent.
They'd be all first round picks. After that, it's going to get kind of scary. But the 49ers are good at this, so maybe. Justin, tomorrow, man, see you for Raw.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay, and make sure, guys, and I'll finish up with this also. Wash your hands, everybody. Stay safe, okay?
All right. You too, fam. Night. And we bring in the Iron. Whoa, what was that? Maybe that was a table moving across the floor. Shake!
Ronbo! Trying to mute my TV, man.
It worked.
What's going on, bro?
We heard it do the mute, too. Shake, I'm sitting there laughing. Hey, J-Run, I see you in there. First thing is, J-Run's, I haven't seen him in a long time. He makes a joke about Pettis. Shake, the team is like being seen as the team to beat in 2020, except, of course, for Kansas City and Ravens, of course, are scheduled to meet. One of them is going to beat us in the Super Bowl, and we're going to lose to them. But I got news for anybody who thinks the 49ers are going to lose 3 Super Bowls in a row. But, Sheik, your feelings on that, and what are we gonna do with this schedule but laugh? I think some people are being optimistic, like myself, overly, and then there are those that say don't assume anything. But where are you at on this?
Well, we're not going to lose 3 straight Super Bowls. So the next time we go in, we're definitely winning. We were winning it.
We've learned too much.
And then exactly, Ronbo. It's the team has been, we're just need some key pieces in the team. But other than that, we're good. Yes, we are playing the East this coming year, and they're pretty trash. And that's why Tom Brady is beating constantly the division. So, and then here comes the same old, Cowgirls. They're coming in, their Skins.
That's becoming a
the
bomb.
Eagles.
That's becoming a doom. That's becoming a dumpster fire. The Cowboys.
Right.
And they're trying to get Adams for what? So he can be pissed off about his money? I don't understand what they're doing in Dallas. That's comedy.
Yeah, I have no idea. Yeah, and it's just like it's a comedy. Like you said, like Rex Ryan called what was it? What's his name? Cooper. He's a turd or he's a poop or something like that with that contract. I was like, damn, man. All right, that's graphic, but all right. But
oh God!
But
There's Amari sitting at a restaurant.
Right.
Somebody just see. Can you see Amari sitting at a restaurant in the Texas area? Hey, Amari, you gonna donate some of that money to charity? Because I'll be damned if you're worth $100 million. What?
Right.
Answer me.
And that's what the Cowgirls do, man. They overpay for these because Cooper has been like not in the when you need him, he's not there. So they overpaid for him. So it is what it is. That's them. And I'm happy about it.
No, here's about the 49ers. Now, when you run a team, Sheik, also, what if tomorrow Kyle Shanahan, let's see, he goes and pays Mostert. Let's say Mostert gets some outrageous salary. And there's other guys on the team,
right.
And you tell Jimmy G, we can't extend your contract. We just played Mostert. What kind of chemistry are you building on a team? The Cowboys are slowly burning down to the ground. I love it because we got love in our locker room, which makes our team the way it is.
Right.
I'm.
And then Jimmy G has that record for a reason too, Ronbo. So if you remove that, what do you have?
You got a losing team. We were losing before he came back.
Exactly. So that's how we look at it. If you want a winning quarterback, if you want a winning team, you got to have the guys intact. If you're going to bring these scrubs this guy, he's good. Give him, but he's not doing good with the record, but he's giving his money because we need a wide receiver or a quarterback, like that trash. Get that 40, 50 million, whatever he wants, because I'm going to laugh at him more. But it is what it is. That's why Jimmy Garoppolo is a winning quarterback. Kirk Cousins is not a winning quarterback.
There's another guy that got paid, though. Yeah. God.
But another thing too, Ronbo. I'm gonna turn the page on the draft situation. A lot of people say our team is on stack. Yeah, we do have a lot, but how I look at it is Debo, and then a bunch of question marks because most of those guys are all hurt. We don't know if they're going to be able to come back. Hurd is healthy. I love Hurd.
Yeah.
But his issues. And that's why I really think that we're going to get a wide receiver. Because if you look at in the 80s when we got Jerry Rice, 80s, we got Jerry Rice and we had John Taylor on the other side later on. And that was a great tandem. Debo and that wide receiver will be a great tandem. I'm not going to say this too, on the GM show. Shout out to the GM show. It was good. It was good.
Darren, but Darren steadies up.
But yeah, he definitely does his thing. Shout out to him. But the thing is let me tell you, Ruggs is a good wide receiver, Ronbo, but he's definitely a deep threat guy. But he does those little jet sweeps and this and that. But I'm not a huge on stat guy, but if I look at his stats compared, the last 2 seasons. Ruggs only had 40 receptions. Judy had 70 something, and then previous I had 60 or something like that. So and he's over 1,000 yards, and Ruggs is lower. And Ruggs is more like those like big plays, like 70 yards, or the screen plays and this and that.
That was his role.
I'm not in that.
I want him to assume that same role with the 49ers.
But we have that in Debo, and we have it in other players. And Jared Judy could do those kind of type of plays as well.
But Debo and Ruggs that's not the same player.
I mean, they're not, but I mean, like, they could, like Debo could do like those jet sweeps. He's like he's a running back mentality. Ruggs is he's fast, but he does that jet sweeps a little bit in
true. But
plays as well.
But you know what I'm hearing? I'm hearing he does run route. It's just that they didn't use him in that way. His routes aren't shabby. I think it has to do with scheme. If Kyle pulls him, he has a plan.
Mm-hmm. He does, but for that 13 pick, oh man, if they say one of those guys, I really think Judy or Lamb is going to fall to us, because I think the Jets are going to get that tackle on the 11th pick. Yeah. They're not going to pass on a tackle because they need that. The Raiders are going to get a wide receiver, whoever it is between CeeDee and Lamb, but
the Raiders are going to take Judy. The Raiders are going to. I promise the Raiders take Judy. If they don't they need a defensive lineman? Don't they need somebody on defense in Oakland? I mean, it's Oakland. Vegas?
They're not Oakland no more. We kicked them out. But anyway, I know what you. But we're gonna figure this out. But I really think offensive tackle, if the wide receiver is not there, those two guys I mentioned earlier, I think offensive tackle is going to be the 13th pick, Ronbo.
All right, there you go. Sheik is spoken. Sheik, we got to go though. But there you go. Sheik is. He's now on the OT. Then Sheik, don't change your mind, because I'm going to say this next time you call.
I'm not. I have a gut feeling, Ronbo.
All right.
I have a gut
You
feeling.
could
But
be
anyway,
right.
Ronbo, do you
Right,
Baseball. Hit that like for Ronbo Sports, sub, share, follow all platforms, and download this app. And hit that like, Ronbo. Love you, and shout to the Ronbo fan club, and shout to the next caller. Later.
Love you back, fam. See you tomorrow.
Love you, man. Later.
Hey, and there he is. Ty. Tyler.
Oh, my man.
Tyler, you up to today? Because I'm in there bragging about the 49ers and why Oddsmakers have already set them to be the top of the heap. And saying it as a 49er fan doesn't really carry any clout. Of course, that's what I'm going to say. But if somebody else says it outside of the empire, I'm delighted.
Yeah. I'm very annoyed by this Rams fan right now. Not Rams fan, but he's saying that McVay had to build a team. Now it's like he inherited a team.
No Ram can say that and get away with that. McVay inherited a top team. He said he has to build one now, though. I mean, he's got nothing.
They always had a solid defense. So all he had to do, he already had a quarterback and a running back. Well, I guess you could call Goff a quarterback. Anyway, so he gets there, his quarterback, running back set up, and an offensive line is pretty good.
Yeah.
He picks up a left tackle and 3 receivers, and then boom, and he has. Plus, the Rams were notorious for having a terrible offensive system with Jeff Fisher as the head coach. So they always had terrible offensive systems. So McVay gets there, you get a competent system at least. I mean, of course they're going to get better. The thing is, they're going downhill now. But this dude's trying to say that McVay had to start from scratch when he didn't.
Yeah.
I was like, Shanahan had to start from scratch. Shanahan literally went into the meeting with Jed York, told him how terrible the team is, and that's how he got the job.
Yeah, because he told him the truth. It's going to take me a while to build this team. Your team is crap, and I need some time. I'm going to need a 6-year contract to get this team up and rolling. So, yeah.
He's like, man, this roster is terrible. He's like, I'm not going to lie to you. And he gets in here, and he said it's going to take some time, which it did, but then, now we have a window here to go win a Super Bowl. So, things go according to plan.
I do look forward to next season. Just I'm worried about, Tyler. I really wish the guys could get some off-season training in here. I don't know how much longer they're going to have to stay out of the way, harm's way. But I really wish. See, this is at the end of this month. My goodness, can we get the guys out mid-May? This really worries me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think I'm pretty sure there's not going to be any OTAs, but they got to practice.
Yeah, on their own, though, you're not learning anything. You're just keeping strong. Unless Kyle's like got some huge screen where he's going to be. I still know how they're going to do this. Well, I guess we'll see, though. Hey.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. That's for sure. And, I'm pretty, for the draft, I'm thinking I wouldn't have a problem with Judy, Lamb, or Ruggs. Because I told you before, Judy is the best receiver in the draft, hands down. It's clear. And he's the I would say he's the most bust-proof. So he would be a very solid receiver. I'm pretty sure Julio Jones came out of Alabama too. Let's not forget that. And then CeeDee Lamb, I told you last night or the other night. Was it last night? Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Because last time you were here.
He does not drop the ball.
No, that's true. Actually, Judy has more drops than Lamb.
Yeah, no, I'm saying Lamb has those hands, but Judy is the most polished receiver. Now, I like Ruggs, but I think 13 is a little too high.
Do you? I'm worried he's going to go before that.
I think it should be 15 or higher, or 15 or a little bit below that. But I think Judy and Lamb would be appropriate to pick at 13. So, I think they're the two best receivers.
You might as well, if you got a choice between those three receivers, you may as well address your need. I don't know if Judy's going to be of a bigger benefit to that team than Ruggs. I mean, I guess it's a personal opinion. My feeling is you still need that Tyreek Hill element. That makes, for Kyle, because we got better players. I think our overall wide receiver core, it could potentially be better than the Chiefs. Now, you had a guy that could tear defenses up like Ruggs can. Now you've added a dimension to that offense that could make them completely unstoppable.
Here's the thing. You get Judy in there. For one thing, he causes the same fear factor.
No.
It's
a different.
Yeah, it's a different type of fear. But say we keep Marquise Goodwin, or I think Shanahan's setting it up this way, actually. We picked up Travis Benjamin, so he's another deep threat. So I guess Benjamin and Goodwin they're almost the same age. Benjamin and Goodwin will battle it out for that deep threat, or the one that take the top off the defense. And then they're going to bring in Judy because he's a complete receiver. So he can do everything. Bring him in.
Tyler, what's going on with your mic?
Is that better?
Yeah, it's just it's sort of like scraping up against something, sounds like. All right, go ahead.
Okay. I was saying Shanahan's kind of setting it up this way. He signed Benjamin, so him and Goodwin are going to battle that out for the deep threat position.
No, they're not.
Listen, off the defense.
Benjamin's probably not going to make this team.
And but I wouldn't rule it out.
But he's not going to be the deep threat. He's going to be trying to beat Trent Taylor out. But go ahead.
Anyway, we could end up keeping Goodwin as that deep threat, take the top off the defense. I do think Shanahan likes him, especially after, I get it's a football thing, but after all he's been through, I think if he's healthy, he's going to be impactful.
Yeah,
taking the top off
the advantage is he does know the offense, too. Tyler, we ran out of time. Let's continue with this tomorrow and see what you're thinking, man.
Yeah, I was just saying that Judy was going to come in. He's setting it up that way. Goodwin could still be the deep threat, and Judy can he does everything. So he can come in and be that guy.
Maybe. We're going to find out in 3 weeks. All right, Tyler. Looking forward to hearing from you tomorrow.
Niner for life, forever faithful. Win, lose, or tie, not until I die. Peace out.
Peace out, fam. Night, Tyler. Ellis.
Ronbo.
Ellis. I just having fun tonight. I just decided to clown the rest of the NFL by talking about who's on top, who's the team to beat. Us! Oddsmakers are putting the 49ers at the top. And I said, I would have thought that. But, of course, I would have been overreaching like I always do with the 49ers. But if anybody else outside of the 49ers agrees with me, I'm delighted. So anyway, yeah, we're favored.
Well, we gotta push the envelope. We the best, and that's all we know. You know what I mean? We gotta
We're
keep
back to where
talking
we used to be. I mean, where we're supposed to be. We're the damn Niners. Come on, man. If we have a lag, it's because things went wrong for a minute. But don't look for the Niners to stay down in the dirt too long.
Oh yeah. No, that's not how we build. That's not our pedigree. So,
What do you think our chances are of fulfilling this now? There's along with the coronavirus slowing things up, DeForest Buckner impact, the fact that, you look at some maturity things, that is no longer an issue. The 49ers got all the experience they could ask for and more all in 1 year. That's one thing I love the most, Alice. God, I'm glad they got all that experience. Playoffs and everything. Super Bowl. What? No, I didn't see that. That wasn't supposed to happen. It was maybe a year away. They did it last year. Trajectory still going up. Alice, get on in here with this, man. What are you thinking?
Well, the DeForest Buckner thing is, is going to weigh in on a lot of different people, and it's because he has such a presence, just physically and just everything else on the team. Everybody's going to look at a void that we're going to need, filled. When realistically, like you said, we have a lot of guys' experience, and I said this many times during the season, is that one thing that we have that a lot of other teams don't have is the depth of the of each pretty much each position, except I want to say our defensive backs, which we do have, but we don't have just a crazy amount like we do on the defensive line, like we do a running back, like we do a receiver. You know what I mean? So we have that in our favor, and then because we got to go so far, and a lot of these guys got to get burned in these high, highly intensive, situations where, we're actually in a really good position. It just totally depends on which of those guys that did get that experience, that ended up getting injured, unfortunately, are they able to come back and you just get right back into motion again? And I think that's just, of course, going to be that looming, kind of, dark place or gray area that we're going to be trying to look to hopefully be fulfilled. And, I heard the guy earlier talking about the draft, his draft, mock draft picks and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. And he had some good, some good justifiable choices there. Obviously, I'm all in for the Henry Ruggs, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Train. So that's a sealed deal. I still wouldn't be surprised if we end up finding a way to, I don't know, man, to move up. I know we talked about it yesterday. Detroit made. Yeah, well, that's why I said that 31st might have to be like you said. Actually, you said maybe that 31st. Because the owner is, their team is looking to build or get more picks, and with that 31st and us swapping, they might be able to swap that and get some other stuff going. But it's all just up in the air. We're trying to find some way to make sense of what's the next move.
Wasn't that you and I that agreed yesterday that there's no point in getting a lot of picks because the fact is they're not going to make the team? Why bring in a lot of guys that probably don't have a chance to make the team? Stay in the first round as much as you can, get what you need, and see if you can find a gem in the later rounds. But your first round pick is what you should probably be trying to find the best players. Not necessarily a rule, but still, it's a Super Bowl team. Most of the guys are coming back. Who are you going to cut?
Right. That's gonna be the topic of discussion. And like I said, if we can find a way to still stay in that first round, either get a little bit sooner, hell, trade the 31st in one of those 7th round picks or one of those late 6th or 7th round picks,
and get that third pick in the first round and get Chase Young, or get one of these other guys, so we can get two of the our high end players already in the first round, and then we can just let the chips fall where they may in the rest. But I mean, that's just like I said, we're trying to find a way to make sense of it. I think it would be a great idea. We won't know until we actually see if that materializes or not. But I like the guy who was talking about earlier, man. I'd be really excited if that happened. Just imagine having Nick and Chase, man, on the D line, man. I'm just saying. We're not. Nobody's thinking. They're like DeForest who? You know what I mean? At that point, you know what I mean?
Because I don't even need a wide receiver if you're gonna give me Chase Young, all right? Because I love me. I didn't know, but I think I'm more defensive oriented when it comes to like picking players, especially out of the draft. That just makes me crazy, man. Nick and Chase Young on the same field at the same time. It would be a little expensive later, Ellis, no doubt about it, but still.
Yeah, it could be, but we could find a way to make it happen. Like I said, it just depends on where the money, if we get another money grubber, like unfortunately, DeForest became, a little bit more into the money. Look at Jadeveon. I mean, he still hasn't even got a contract because he was trying to push for $20 million. It's like, my brother, you got all of these injuries and you think you're going to get paid that much money? Like, the audacity. So now his number went down to 16, 17, or 18 or something like that.
It was 18 2 hours ago. The boy, he had 5 sacks last year. Cloudy is clowning himself. Stop it. Just
cut it out, man.
He ain't done nothing to warrant all that. Man.
Yeah, we have a lot of picks, Ronbo. I mean, as far as depth and that we could kind of decide where receivers, and there's just a lot of great guys out there. People unknown. I heard about a corner they were talking about that could be the next Honey Badger. That's, I believe, Louisiana Tech. I'm not sure if it's Amik Robertson or something like that. They said he's like the next Honey Badger. As a cornerback. Yeah, man. And so that's what I mean. There's some guys out there, that Lynn Bowden guy that your boy was talking about earlier. Yeah. I'm telling you, don't be surprised if we end up getting Lynn Bowden. You know what I mean? Because he's like that Swiss Army knife, like I was talking about, like, Taysom Hill is. I sent it to you on IG like the week before last, and then I started hearing the callers talk about it. And I'm like, so that might be. And we interviewed him. We did have an interview with him, with Lynn Bowden, just to let you know. So
and those things,
that could
all
be
those
something that
interviews are going around.
materialized.
But Ellis, we got to pull up. I'll see you tomorrow. All right. See
Yes,
what
sir,
develops
champ.
between now and
Yes,
then.
sir, man. Shout out to you, Ronbo. Yeah, shout out to you, Ronbo, always, man. Thank you for what you do, man. Much love and respect, man. You like I said, man, you give us life on here, man, and shout out to all the callers, man, all of the Niner faithful. Make sure y'all download that Ronbo Sports app, man, and like and subscribe, man. Follow the movement.
Thanks, Ellis. I appreciate your fam. And I'll get back to your mail this evening, too. All right.
Okay,
Thanks,
much
Ellis.
appreciated, family.
Thanks,
Talk to you tomorrow.
All right, bye-bye.
Peace.
And there he is, 49ers, Brian Duncan. What's up, Brian?
Were you guys talking about Witherspoon, really? Witherspoon?
Hey, Brian, we just have
talking
high.
about Witherspoon tonight? Witherspoon.
Brian, I know he can do it.
Witherspoon.
He can.
We ain't
Brian, here's
talking
the thing.
about practice. We're talking
Talk
about Witherspoon.
Brian, next year, the breakout children. Let me give you.
Oh, my God.
Brian, it's so funny because I'm saying, why get all these draft picks? You're going to cut these guys. Brian, the breakout children next year, let me list them down for you. Akello Witherspoon, Solomon Thomas, Dante Pettis, coming to a theater near you.
Scary Movie 500. Right?
Hey, I'm joking, but what if they bust out next year? Hey, Brian, you and I and everybody else has got a lot of apologizing to do because that would be outrageously funny. Because we're sitting there in April, it was said, Dante, Solomon, Akello, please.
I don't see it coming. I just don't see it happening.
God.
I just don't. How many games did Witherspoon get burned this year? Huh?
Oh, God. I don't know. I just wish that. But he started the season off decent. I don't know.
Yeah, he
what
did.
happened. I really wish
I don't know,
knew.
but he, like I said, he was looking up in the stands half the time when the ball would come right over him, and done. He was burned like 4 or 5 times, like hardcore this year. And I threw in the towel after the 6th, 7th time, So
confidence.
I'm still not. I'm still like the Jimmy Ward thing too is still bothering me. Like I hope Jimmy puts it together this year too. So.
What?
But
you didn't like Ward last year? I thought he did a pretty good job.
I think he had a good year, but years before you got to admit he's had some and down years. I mean,
they played him. They played him at cornerback and played him at slot. Here's the thing. I kept telling people the whole time: you can't play him all over the field and expect him to just dominate in every position. Put him in his natural spot. He's a safety that just happens to be talented, and you can put him in other places. But he does his best work at safety. If the 49ers leave him there, I think that'd be the best move. Don't move him around. You got other guys play corner. Let them play corner.
Yeah,
he's good at the slot. Though. I like him in the slot.
I think if we've got like a Judy there at 13, I'm pretty sure they're going to go for him, or because we just don't know about Hurd or what Dante or I think there's just still too many questions at wide receiver for us. Yeah. And everybody's saying this is a big year for wide receivers, so I suppose they're thinking, I got to do it. But I'm hoping like everybody else that we trade that 31st and go after a cornerback and maybe some offensive line guy, because we got rid of Person, right? Person's gone now, so.
Yeah, he's already left. He left a few weeks ago. Actually,
I'll be a lot less stressed out when
official
when this draft is over.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's good talking to you always, Ronbo. Good to hear from you. I'm glad you're healthy.
Yeah, I know, because that's not a given these days, is it? God, it's scary out here.
Man. I thought about the other day. I was like, God, I hope Ronbo stays healthy, because man, what are we going to do, fam, without Ronbo? That would suck,
Shucks,
thank goodness.
Not to worry.
Gosh.
I don't leave home often. I'm one of the best shelters. The government has to love me. Here's a guy that's not going to catch a thing. He ain't going to pass anything. So anyway,
you're like me. You got the social distancing down pat.
Oh God, people think I'm being rude. Hey, what's the matter, man? I brush my teeth. It's not you.
Yeah,
it's me. Okay,
dude. Like you have the whitest. Dude, those teeth are whiter than white. They're awesome, man. Come on.
I do brush them carefully.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Well, hey, Ronbo, I know you got other people. I'll let you go, but I'll try and call in tomorrow.
Thanks, man. Looking for you, Brian, because we missed you for a few days there. All right. Have a good night.
Yeah,
you stay healthy, too.
I've been trying to stay outside and, just not be indoors like everybody else. I'm an outdoor person. So.
Oh, yeah, you got to get out. You can't just stay inside. Yards are okay. Go out and wrestle with the dog.
Yep.
You don't have to keep social distancing with them. So,
Nope. That's all fun stuff for me to do, too. So, God bless you and your family, Ronbo.
Thanks, Brian. Same to you. Have a good night.
Take care. Yep, bye.
And Stack Morris. Starting to feel like Higgins might be a steal at 31. He had 27 TDs in 3 years, played in some big games, 2018 Cotton Bowl, 2019 Fiesta Bowl, 2019 and 2020 National Championship game. A lot of people were talking about Higgins. I don't watch college ball enough to know who these people are all the time. I find out about him after I look at the highlights right around now, right? And then you read things on him. Be careful about write-ups. Big Show does a lot of these write-ups. He says bad things about good players and then says good things about the players you like. If you ask Big Show about Javon Kinlaw, you'll think Kinlaw's just absolute trash. And then you talk to Trey, and Trey has nothing but good things to say about Javon. So I don't know. It's hard to know what to believe unless you go check these people out yourself. It's Big Show now, he says. And then Daniel Carr says, everybody will be crying again after John Lynch drafts another defensive or offensive lineman. Daniel, I won't, though. I won't. You know why? because I figure the 49ers will have a plan B for wide receiver. And what if they know things about the guys in camp? Fam, honestly, if the 49ers get everybody, if you get Trent Taylor, if you get Jalen Hurd, I know we don't know what they're going to be like, or their health is going to be standing up or not. But what if you get both those guys back? And I just wonder. But, we do need to, I do like, because this wide receiver is so rich in wide receivers, you need to get one. Get Mims at least. Oh, my God, that'd be good. And there he is now, the Big Show says. Look for Raiders to draft a cornerback at 12. Their deal with Eli Apple fell through. That's true, huh? C.J. Henderson or Kristen Fulton to be the pick at 12. All right. See, there's Show. And I didn't say anything derogatory about anybody. See anything, nothing but good about those guys. But Show has a tendency to run players away from the picks he wants. And we definitely know that Show wants him some Jeremy. Wait a minute. Is it Judy or Ruggs for Show? I think it's Judy. Coach Timo, he said, we are following the winning formula. Get guys like Ford, Sherman, and Quan as well. Yep, yeah. You got to have a mix, a little injection of veteran leadership in there. It teaches guys how to be pros, especially youngsters coming in. Sanders to complete your team, bring leadership to the locker room, and finish the product. Oh, that's what you do. Hey, Anderson.
What's going on, Ronbo?
Anderson, baby, I'm sitting here shucking and jiving and laughing about the fact that we got the best team, player for player, top to bottom, offense and defense. People just don't have a better team than the San Francisco 49ers on a whole. I think that's hilarious. And Oddsmakers are picking the 49ers as a team to try to beat. I do
Already.
Oh.
Amen to that. I feel, Brian Edwards, he from Southern Carolina, right?
Who?
Brian Edwards.
Brian Edwards.
Yeah, is he from Southern Carolina?
Oh, South Carolina. Hey, you know what? I'm not familiar.
Yeah.
Edwards is, okay, maybe. I'm not familiar with him.
I'm like, because I was like, we need to bring in a South Carolina package. You have Edwards, Debo Samuel, they was teammates. And then ain't Kinlaw from Carolina too?
Wait.
Is he from Carolina?
I think so. Yeah, Debo must know Kinlaw. Because Kinlaw's not a freshman. Yeah.
So it's like, let's bring on the South Carolina package.
Bring on the South Carolina package. Like it.
I've been saying that for long. Bring in the South Carolina package. Let's put these boys together. I mean, I'm pretty sure these coaches be going to these dudes like, who's good at your team? Who you think we ought to have? But anyway, I like Xavier Terrell.
Well, you said Xavier who?
No, AJ Terrell. AJ Terrell.
Anderson, you got a feedback on it. Can you turn that speaker off? There's something feeding back.
Oh, I'm listening to you over other phone. I got to go.
All right, Anderson. Go ahead, continue. You throwing names out there. Drop them names. People in the chat will eat it up.
Brian, so y'all was talking about we might get rid of Breeder. Well, what about that dude Adrian Killings? Because I've been looking at him. He's pretty fast.
I got to tell you though.
That's a fast ass. That's a fast motherfucker.
Yeah, but running back, boy, I tell you, it's gonna be. They're talking about Matty B being excused. They're not gonna bring another running back, and Matty B has been excused because he's the most tradable. Because they're not gonna get rid of Jared McKinnon. Of course, Mostert's gonna stay, it seems, and also you've got TC and
Wilson.
They like Wilson, but they say Wilson doesn't. Wilson's got a lot of exposure, but his draft. His ability to draw a trade is probably a little less than Matty B. So we'll see.
And they shouldn't have let Mike. They shouldn't have let Mike Parsons walk. They should have at least got a trade or something for him. Because all right, everybody went to the Super Bowl, so everybody's stock should have went up a point or something.
Yeah, but
These
Person.
linemen should. Get got a trade for him, a draft pick or
Yeah,
something.
but Person is the reason why a lot of people saw Person. He was the breach at the end of the game when Jimmy G was under constant pressure on every snap. They were accessing through Person the whole time. And it worked every time. But he did have a Pro Bowler over there, but still, that means you're the weak link, and they had to let him go. But, I wish you could have kept him as depth in case something goes wrong with somebody. We'll see.
Yeah. And yesterday when I was listening to you, I was saying, I say, man, we need to trade good. We need to trade good when asked. And then one of the callers called in and said, we're talking about trading him in the draft for a pick. I was like, damn, that's what I'm talking about. Shit, trade him to Miami so we can get one of them receivers or something for a pick.
Yeah. Everybody, we go to Miami a lot. I wonder what Miami is open to. Have we ever did any deals in Miami? The 49ers tend to do deals with the same teams all the time. Kansas City, I don't think 49ers have done any more deals with any other team more than Kansas City. Who else do we like to deal with all the time?
Oh, well, the Cowboys just seem to just come steal from us.
Yeah, we don't deal with the Cowboys. The Cowboys just wait till people. The Raiders, Cowboys, same thing. As soon they be watching the wire. 49ers cut him loose. Get him in here.
Watching us.
Oh, you mother. Yep. Jesus. So.
And I'm ready for this year to start. I'm ready for his revenge tour because, man, I'm tired of all the Jimmy negative stuff on TV, man. Stephen A. with that bullshit.
Oh, he ain't gonna stop. He'll never stop, fam. And Stephen A., until Jimmy G goes in and Kyle Shanahan changes his playbook to please Stephen A., no more running the ball. You make Jimmy G win, or I'm going to continue to disrespect him. Stephen, if you knew anything about football, then you would probably understand you don't just pass the ball for 4 quarters. Dumbass. God.
Yep, he is.
Anyway.
And I see Atlanta. They starting to build back up. I wonder if we can get anybody from them.
Are they getting rid of players? Maybe.
Well, I haven't really dug in too much on them yet. I was just bringing it up, and then why we always got to go to the fucking Saints? Why they ain't never come to us?
I've been asking.
Why we always got to go to the Saints?
I've been asking that question for years, and I got tired of going to Chicago too. But you know what? It don't matter. The Saints probably got some kind of deal going with the NFL. But Anderson, we got to go, fam. I'll look for you tomorrow if you get some time.
All right, now I'm gonna kick back, chill with this big sack like Foster should have been doing with his dumb ass. Stay your dumb ass at home.
I thought so.
Fortinado Power the two. Shout out. Peace out. It's going down. Revenge tour.
All right, Anderson,
Ronbo.
enjoy that good herb, bruh. I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Oh yeah. All right.
Good night, Anderson. I thought that's what he was doing. I just didn't want to say that. But now you know. Ain't nothing wrong with Anderson. We just got some good stuff. Yay! One thing we've had people call in before they could contain themselves. We've had people call in completely drunk. Does you remember the guy a few weeks ago we had? Every other word, he was like making sentences, missing words. It was amazing to watch, especially what the mind goes through when it's being altered. Hey, area code is 740. 740. So EMA beats, I know, right?
Hello?
Hey, 740, is that you? Hello.
Yeah, hello, Ronbo.
Hey, what is your name?
Braden.
Did you say Braden?
Yeah.
Hi, Braden. Well, come on in,
Hey,
Braden.
Ronbo.
Yeah. So, Braden, we're sitting there.
Those good old times, Ronbo.
What?
Like, remember last year in summer?
Yeah, I remember
around
your
July.
Yeah, and we were discussing. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead.
No, is that last time we talked? Last summer during July?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, because I remember your name, and Braden, as you probably remember, we were making predictions in July like we always do, weren't we? What were you thinking? And Braden, as a matter of fact, what were you predicting last year in July? This is interesting because I'd like to know what everybody was thinking last year before we went into the 2019 season. What were you thinking in July last year?
I was thinking that the 49ers would make the playoffs, and here they were. They already did.
Oh, yeah, and you were right. And now,
Yeah.
yes, indeed, not only did they make the playoffs, went to the Super Bowl, but we had a failed effort in the Super Bowl, a 7 minutes to go meltdown, of which every fan from coast to coast is looking at the big dog Niners, the team on top, the team everybody wishes they could be, the team with a history as rich as anybody in the NFL. Now they're taking their shots at us. Yes, indeed. But Braden, we don't care. We'll be back. We got too good a team.
Oh, yeah.
We're the team. We're
Always
picked
will
to.
have it.
We're picked to go. We're picked to go back again. Braden, what do you say to that? Are we going to continue to be the best team in the NFL?
Of course. I mean, I would never say no to that, definitely.
You bet money on it too, Braden. But well, don't bet too much, though. You know, because the thing is, one thing about the NFL, there will be accidents. There will be an injury here and there. There will be key guys. We lost key guys last year for long stretches, but the 49ers have built a team now that they've got so much depth. At least we used a lot of it up last year, though. It's scary. We used up all our defensive line depth last year. Wide receivers, we lost 2, but we still managed. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
49ers just know how to build a team. You got to give John Lynch and his guys credit. These guys are good. I mean, look at the Rams. Hey, and Braden, we can use the Rams. If for nothing else, you can use the Rams. Anytime you need a bad example, use the Rams or the Cowboys.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
Neither organization knows how to build a team. I mean, you look at the Rams. Braden, were you afraid of the Rams year before last? Remember they got all those players? They had everybody. They had this guy. They had this free agent. They had that free agent. They paid this guy. They got Ndamukong Suh in the front line. He's going to play next to Aaron Donald. They got wide receivers. They were, oh, God. Were you jealous that year? I was, for a minute.
I mean,
Was that 20? That was 27.
I wasn't jealous that much.
Was that 2017? It had to be, right? Yeah. And we were all saying, oh, man, the 49ers allowed them to sign both. We couldn't get one. And there was John Lynch. Well, we're going to build this team the right way. And that's when the phrase brick by brick. Hey, can we stack those bricks a little faster, please? And then you'll get impatient. But now look, Braden, we are the result. Braden, the 49ers are the organization now that other teams are going to try to follow our example.
Oh.
Blowing Braden away tonight. He's overwhelmed. Braden, what else you want to add tonight, fam? We got to go. What else? What are you thinking?
Oh, I just want to shout out to the chat and, yeah, just want the 49ers to go with the same record, win the Super Bowl again. Like, seriously, they're going at it.
There you go.
They're going to swing it.
All right. Good to hear from you, Braden. Don't be a stranger, man. We haven't talked to you in a long time. We'll see you later, okay?
Oh, yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow.
All right. Yep.
Night,
Ronbo.
Braden. Night, Braden.
Yep.
Bob Money is so right. Man, I have gotten tired of that, too. I really wish there could be a campaign. Can we stop comparing Michael Jordan and Tom Brady? God, that's annoying. I like Tom. I just think that's out of line, okay? Tom had teams, great teams. It's like there's been players that said, everybody likes to give Tom Brady and Bill Belichick all the credit for every damn thing that happened in New England. But they had people out there helping out, I said to myself, amen. Rodney Harris, of all people, said that too. I said, amen. Come on, man. Would Tom Brady be the same without Gronkowski? How about Edelman's doing a lot of work down there? Them doomsday defenses they've had? Belichick is doing come on, man. Michael Jordan had Scottie Pippen, and they were the Doberman defense together. Jordan played offense and defense. Don't tell me that's a comparison. I might compare Brady to the players, and I'm not happy or comfortable with everybody saying Tom Brady is better than Joe Montana. I will go to my grave still screaming, and my last words, Brady was good, but I'll be damned if he was equal to Joe Montana. And all you guys can go to hell. That would be my last words. I'm serious. And let me hit that thing one more time. You gotta write these scripts before you get to them. Anyway, I'm saying, I agree with Bob. Stop that. Hey, fam, how about go ahead and get something to chew up? You know what I'm saying? I like to eat late night. It's the best food. It tastes better later, it is. Don't forget that like, fam. I can't wait to see you tomorrow night for Monday Raw. I got a feeling there's going to be some things, including I want to talk about the situation with the running backs involving, now they're coming out, because we already had a feeling they were going to let Matty B be the sacrificial lamb. It's looking more and more like Matty B in reality is indeed going to be a sacrificial lamb. Have a great night. Night.